AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Joe Reinagle, Jason Minix, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix.
What's going on, Jason?
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
There is.
See,
I like it that way.
What's today, Thursday?
Thursday.
It is a Thursday, day 99 of the lockout, and apparently the lockout won't hit triple digits in days.
Doesn't look like it. Just a couple of formalities, we're told, and they have a deal. And that means the entire season is going to be played, just going to start a little bit late, but they're going to get it done.
So the canceled games aren't really canceled.
No, imagine that.
Shocker. And last night it looked like they were going to wipe out a second week.
They were.
Of games, which would have eliminated the Texas Rangers altogether. I kid. I saw that joke and I couldn't help it.
Yeah, it was funny, though.
It was, and damn true. The first time they spent some money and might be competitive. You never know. But after 99 days of lockout, they finally come to an agreement. And quite frankly, it's all about where all the experts thought it was going to end up anyway. Like, just put a couple of sports writers in a room and let Nightingale and Passan and the dude from MLB Network and figure it out. It doesn't have to be a bleep sandwich like Passan said it was on that first proposal that may or may not have gotten in trouble with ESPN. But ultimately, when you look at it, you go, can't believe this took 99 days.
Well, I can't either, because I'm trying to go through this and figure out what exactly, where they went and who caved and who compromised and all of that stuff. And it looks like the biggest thing was just the money.
Yeah.
I mean, and that was the big, so the owners came back to the players a little bit, and I think the owners compromised a little bit there. But some of this other stuff, man, I mean, personally, I don't like. I hate the fact that the National League is going to give up the designated hitter. And I know everybody likes that, but I don't. I hate that. And you've got the bigger bases like we were talking about that are coming out.
Big bases.
And the shift is going away.
I think so.
I don't know, man.
Some of the bigger things are all had to do with the CBT and the minimum salaries for players with less than 3 years of service. It's going to jump from $570,000 to $700,000 and will grow to $780,000. And then a bonus pool worth up to $50 million that will be distributed among those younger players who have yet to reach salary arbitration. They wanted to expand the postseason to 14. There's going to be the pitch clock, the ban on shifts, larger bases in 2023. So you get normal bases this year.
Enjoy them.
But next year, you'll get bigger bases. A draft lottery implemented with the intent of discouraging tanking. All right.
I'm not sure that that's going to discourage anything, but who knows? And they're also talking about some international draft, which some of the players, and that's not in this particular agreement, but I think that's coming.
Yeah.
And I think some of the players, I think you're split, is what I'm trying to say. Some players are for that, some are against it.
What it really does, there was compromise, I think, on both sides. Both sides are going to tell you they won. Both sides are going to say the other's a piece of crap, but we wanted to save baseball. And I think when it's all said and done, that is what they've avoided is catastrophe by losing a lot of regular season games. And I think, quite frankly, it's March. The attention right now is on NFL player movement and college basketball. Yeah. The fact that there's this work stoppage, and if you watch SVP, if you watch any of the shows, there is very little talk. Like, how much of us really give a damn right now about what's going on with baseball? And the reality is we don't. Because until the regular season is scheduled to start and we start missing games, or you get into the summer and games are being missed, right now it doesn't matter. What really, those communities in Arizona and in Florida where spring training is being held,
they're celebrating today.
They're celebrating, but Not much, because it's going to be abbreviated. I think players have till Sunday to report.
They do, but they're going to push the, if I understand this correctly, back to April 14th. So it's about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And so I think they're still going to have pretty much the entire spring training. So those, now I don't know, I'm sure people had reservations to go and flights that were canceled and all that stuff. So if you really want to go, you're going to have to reschedule and shuffle some things, but it looks like they're going to have it, which is good for those folks because they rely on it quite a bit. But I'm going to play devil's advocate for just a minute.
All right.
Okay. We're leading our show today with Major League Baseball, which I'm sure ESPN TV, CBS Sports, everybody's going to be leading their show with Major League Baseball. How about this is the Jerry Jones approach to Major League Baseball? We wouldn't be talking about baseball at all with what you're talking about, football news, college basketball. Mm-hmm. But guess what? Everywhere, everybody's leading their show with Major League Baseball today. It's getting more publicity today than it would have ever gotten otherwise.
It's because Russell got traded 2 days ago. Aaron Rodgers decided if this announcement were to happen today and we heard about the Russell trade, I mean, Khalil Mack is probably going to the Chargers.
Yeah.
We're not leading with Khalil Mack.
Probably not. No, we're not, obviously.
But we would with a quarterback.
Sure.
I mean, we could have led with Jerry Jones apparently has a 25-year-old daughter he's been paying to stay quiet and not claim him as daddy for 25 years.
And now she wants a piece of the family tree.
Yeah, she wants something. That's a deal he made with my mother, not me.
Not me. I need some money, Daddy.
Well, pretty much. I mean, we'll get into that. But I mean, I think you're to a degree the Jerry Jones approach. Major League Baseball knew both sides knew that canceling another week of games, 2 more series, would be devastating in the long run. I mean, at some point, we talked about this the other day, Joe. The owners know, okay, we can afford to miss the first 2 series. We can, but we know how many home games everybody needs to be profitable.
Yep.
Once we start getting into that, that's when we've got problems. And that's what right now they cancel games. All right, players hurt. Now you start getting into that second week of games. Now the owners are feeling the pain.
Yep, that's true.
Guess what? We got a deal.
Well, yeah, and especially when you get towards summertime, right? I mean, that's when people take vacations and say, hey, let's go, we'll go to Houston for a week or for a couple of ball games or St. Louis or wherever the case may be. And you want to go to and watch some ball games. And that's when it starts to hurt. You're right. As we get deeper in but I'm glad they got it done. It looks like, for the average Joe fan, none of this really changes much other than the few things I mentioned before, but I mean, it's going to be baseball.
Well, and again, I look at free agency is about to start. You're going to start seeing a ton of player signings, I look at, I'm selfish. I'm thinking about Carlos Correa.
Yeah.
Just go back to Houston. It's going to be easier. Just go back. But I mean, there's, the free agent period. I mean, Correa, Freddie Freeman, Clayton Kershaw, there are a lot of guys that are going to find new homes relatively quick. It's going to be interesting to see once this gets finalized. That's the thing. Like, we're talking about it. It's a done deal, but what's the old adage? It ain't done until ink is dry.
Or until the fat lady sings, one of the two, whichever you want to go with. But you're right, because this still has to be voted on. And while everybody's reporting that it's going to be done and the votes, everybody's got the votes, who knows? There's got to be some politicking going on right now between the owners and maybe the players and saying, well, we wanted this and we didn't get that. So we need that. And so you're right. Until the signatures are on the piece of paper, it's not a done deal.
The Jeff Passan tweets out an hour ago, the breakdown of the votes makes it clear the players wanted to play. Player reps voted 26-4 in favor of the agreement. The executive subcommittee, made of elected leaders, voted 8-0 against it. In the end, all of the players' voices were heard.
Okay.
I mean,
Passan would know.
Passan.
This is all he does.
Although Jeff Passan was awful quiet for a few days during these negotiations. There was a lot of speculation that ESPN had suspended him for being a little too pro player in a lot of the comments that he was making, including apparently saying on a podcast that the owners offered a bleep sandwich.
Right.
Now, he said later that I should have said source. I was told that by somebody, but on the podcast, it made it sound like that was his opinion.
Sure.
And then he was quiet for no tweets.
Yep.
Over. And I think he is a little pro player, but
I think so.
Who knows? But he would know this is his job. Between him and Bob Nightingale, who is one of from USA Today, just following their Twitter through all of this, it's like live play-by-play, and I know with everything going on in the Ukraine, a very poor example on my part, but it's like watching the war reports on social media. Here's this salvo, here's that one, and then the back and forth, and basically the Twitter play-by-play of who's walking into a meeting and what they ordered for lunch. I mean, you're getting all of that from Nightingale.
Well, and all of those guys, and you can't blame them for being pro player because most of their sources are probably players. I mean, you think about it, and we both have gone through this and done things, and you may have a guy in the front office, perhaps, but you're not talking to the owner 9 times out of 10. It's not the owner of the team that's giving you the, hey, guess what? This guy's about to get traded, or guess what? This guy's gone, or whatever the case may be. But I mean, they are pro player. Now, if ESPN did that, that saddens me.
Yeah,
it really does. Stay out of it. This guy's giving you what it is. He's giving you the inside information. That would be like telling Adam Schefter, you can't say this even though you know it. So ESPN needs calm down a little bit.
It's although Jeff Passan says he was never suspended.
Okay,
I don't know, but you're also not taking vacation days from your social media in the middle middle of all this. Nightingale 2 minutes ago tweets out, traditional baseball is also back. No more ghost runners in extra innings and no more 7-inning doubleheaders.
Good. Who wants 7-inning doubleheaders?
Nobody.
Little League?
No. Yeah. Well,
this is pro baseball. All right, let's play baseball. It's a 9-inning game. That's the way it is. Never tell you the drunkest I've ever been at a baseball game, a doubleheader that went 27 innings. Yeah, at the old Astrodome, long time ago. Me and Russell Scott were there.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
First game went 18 innings.
Good Lord.
Yes. Woo. I don't remember much about the second game, to be honest with you.
At least it was the first game that went 18 because they didn't cut off beer sales after the 7th inning.
Exactly. Well, maybe I wish it would have been the second or the first. Yeah, you know what I mean.
You didn't really stay for that second game. You were asleep in your chair.
Probably. I certainly don't remember it. Yeah.
That's one of those kind of days where you get drunk twice.
We thought this is great. Doubleheader, it's going to be awesome. So we go to the game and 18 innings. The first game.
Mandatory reporting day for players is in 3 days. 12-team postseason, 9-inning doubleheaders.
Good.
You look at, they finally got it done, and opening day gets pushed back a little bit. I'm good, because now opening day won't interfere with the Valero Texas Open, the Final Four, the Masters, none of that.
And that's good for baseball, too.
That is good for baseball. It was part of their master plan.
The only thing I'm bummed about is and it won't start this year, the way I understand that, in next year. It's a designated. It's ridiculous.
Get over it.
I'm glad that it's uniform because it was kind of stupid to have it in the American League and not in the National League. But I wish they would have gone the other way and not had it at all. I hate the designated hitter. I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't like it. And never will. That's just a fact, and it cheapens baseball. It's like using a Traeger. It's cheating.
It's better. As long as the food is good, that is what matters. Of all the things to get your panties in a wad over, it's not the DH.
It is the DH.
It's not the DH.
There's no strategy. I could be a manager in Major League Baseball. What's the strategy?
You're just reading analytics. I mean, and here's the thing. My Astros moved to the American League. I, at my core, am a National League guy. It doesn't take long to get used to the DH. It really doesn't. Well, and while I was never a fan of it before, I can tell you now that when there's 2 outs in an inning and the pitcher spot is due up, the fact that it's not the pitcher coming up is, you go, thank God.
Why? Because the manager then has to decide what he's going to do. You leave your guy in that's pitching very well, or do you pinch hit for him?
I'm with you.
Yeah. So there's no strategy. There's no. I mean, it's just too easy. Yeah. It's too easy.
Oh, it's too easy.
I could do that.
Yeah. Oh, of course you can.
Yeah. Can we ban the word analytics?
No,
I don't like that either.
Get off my lawn.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome back to radio, right?
Can we just play ball? Sports. Just do it. Just go play. We're making this way too complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Just go play.
Mm-hmm.
Let them play.
Mm-hmm.
They're athletes.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need analytics, Mike McCarthy. We don't need designated hitters. Come on. Let's just play ball. That's my thought today.
Well, you're grumpy on a Thursday.
Not grumpy.
That's not grumpy.
I just have some feelings about this that it just really, and analytics is like nails on a chalkboard.
I'm with you, except for we use analytics in everything that we do. And if information is available to you, it's the overuse. I want to know, when is a manager using his gut?
Exactly.
That's what I want to know. But even then, like Eric Morris, now the offensive coordinator at Washington State, when he was head coach at UIW, and last spring ball this year, very open when he would come on the Blitz every week and talk about the use of analytics. I learned more about analytics from Eric Morris than anybody, and how they use it, the information. But the gut does come in with what play you call, because the analytics don't tell you that. They tell you, they suggest if you should run or pass or all that kind of stuff. But the idea of, do you go for it in this situation, and all that kind of stuff. So it's just, you gain all that knowledge, no different than the film study you would do. But now you've got some numbers that back it up that might steer you. But like Eric Morris told us, if you're going analytics, you go all in. You can't go half in. You can't dip your toe in analytics. You either go all the way in as a coach, or you don't look at any of that information. Because if you go half and half, you go with your gut, and the analytics say something else, and you don't trust the analytics, and it doesn't work. It's what it is.
Then just trust your gut. Are you a football coach or not? Or are you a computer geek? I mean, seriously, that's what it boils down to. Are you going to let the computer run your football team, or are you going to run your football team? I mean, be a coach. We've been having coaches coach with their gut for years, and we've all loved it. It's been fantastic. And now it's the analytics that, I don't know, let's say Mike McCarthy or Jason Garrett are going to go for it on 4th and 1 or not, because the analytics say you should. Not because, my gut tells me my offensive line is playing their butts off and they can pick that up.
Well, see, I think it's the opposite. Analytics say go for it, but if you say my O-line, punch, that's when your gut comes into play. Guy on our live stream said, I wish players would learn how to hit to the opposite field in the shift.
Too.
But the shift is going away. But yeah, being able to hit all parts of the field is big. I understand the idea of the shift. It looks dumb, but my God, if there's a shift on in the holes over there, do whatever it takes to hit the ball over there.
Exactly. And why you can't do that as a professional baseball player is beyond me. You should be able to do that.
Able to do that as a middle school player.
Well, yeah. Well, I could never do that.
That doesn't surprise me.
Could you? No.
Dude, I played baseball through 8th grade.
I would say that's about right for me too. Although I played a lot of baseball in my older years in the
beer leagues.
I guess you could call them that, but it's actually, there's fast pitch baseball right here in San Antonio, and it's a lot of fun. And you play depending on your age group. And 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40, 50, and so on and so forth.
Now you can play in the 60 overs and really go out there and dominate.
I probably could.
How much drinking was involved in those?
There wasn't. We didn't drink. No, it was serious business.
Yeah, that's not
after fun. The game. Yeah, we would drink, but not during.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun at all.
No, it was a blast to actually play, real baseball.
How much did
great.
you hurt yourself?
I didn't back then. Now, right now, I'm not sure I could do what I wanted to, but I played a mean left field.
I know there's a lot of guys, and there's a lot of leagues out there. I've got a friend, well, you probably know him too, Paul Berry.
Yeah.
And
I played with Paul.
Paul is all about old man baseball.
Absolutely.
That dude is always hurt. Always. But trying to get to the World Series, the old man World Series. I don't know what the leagues are, but you get rings and all that. I'm like, dude, seriously. But yeah, I understand.
It was a blast.
There's a competitive gene in you that still wants to be able to go play.
And it's fun, and they take it very seriously. I mean, really do take it seriously. There was practice and everything. The problem for me was at that time, they only played on Sunday, and that was like my only day off. So it was hard to tell the wife and kids, "Hey, I'm going to play baseball." You know what? So I did it.
I got a tea time instead.
Exactly. Barry Davis and I played on the same team. Barry Davis from Kings 5. Yeah. So we played on the same. He was a catcher, and he was a really good catcher too.
Barry Davis?
Barry Davis, yeah.
That surprises me.
Yeah. So we played, had fun. I played, I want to say 3 years. And then stopped because of that reason. But, I get a call every now and then. Hey, come join us.
We need a left fielder.
That's right.
Is that what you played? Did you hit?
Yeah, I hit. I usually was, depending, I was never the best hitter. And I was one of those guys that could not hit anywhere. I pull everything. Right. So, I mean,
like
I
golf game.
Exactly. So you could have shifted me really well. And I was not a power hitter, obviously, either. But, a little dink and dunk, base hits. Sometimes you'd squeeze out a double. So, but it was fun. It was fun.
So you never wanted to hit doubles. That'd be too much running.
No, I could run. I'm not the fastest guy in the world either.
I really just want to get to first.
Yeah.
Good Lord, I don't want to turn and try to dig
It'd
one
have
out
to
for
be
a
a good single to get to first. Are you kidding me? Man. Sometimes that left fielder, it's a good thing left field's on the other end. That's a long throw from left field to first base. So I could usually beat those out okay.
That's comical.
It was fun.
Baseball is back. Day 99 of the lockout. They finally get to an agreement. We'll talk about that throughout the show today. But, man, we've got a lot to talk about on this Thursday afternoon. We'll always visit on Thursdays with the General John McClain of the Houston Chronicle. Lots of news in the NFL today. And, yes, Khalil Mack on his way out of Chicago. The Cowboys are shopping La'el Collins. He might be on his way out of Dallas. Lots of news with the Texans as well, because tomorrow is a big day for Deshaun Watson. We will get into that. It is a Thursday, so we'll do What's on Tap at 5:45. If you have an event coming up, you've got anything going on, you want us to spotlight it, tweet us at Joe Reinagle 210. Tweet at me at Jason Minix. You could tweet at our producer, Edwin Hafner, but he doesn't do Twitter. So you got to tweet at us. And we'll try to see it and get it into What's on Tap at 5:45. 6 o'clock, we'll give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market, Grilling with the Blitz. If you've done some grilling, take a photo of that meat, upload it at sasportstar.com, and you could win a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. And the business side of football, with all the player movement right now, what's it like in a locker room? Super Bowl champion LeGarrette Blount will join us at 6 o'clock. We met this dude at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He's fun.
He is fun.
He's fun. He'll be on at 6 o'clock, so we'll talk about that as well.
Looking forward to talking to LeGarrette.
It's going to be fun.
It should be fun.
March Madness, damn Longhorns blew an 18-point second half lead. Seriously. We were in the studio, Rob Thompson, Pledger, and myself, watching basketball earlier. Aggies had a lead. They were blowing it. Longhorns had a big lead. And I said to Rob, because he was going back and forth, dude, leave it on the A&M game. He's an Aggie. I'm a Longhorn. If the Longhorns blow this, just fire Chris Beard on the spot.
Have they done that yet?
No, but the Longhorns blew the lead. The Aggies hang on. They win in overtime. In a thriller. We'll talk about it coming up with our friend Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies. It was an electric day for sure for college basketball, the good, the bad, and the ugly UT. But when you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available to you 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my house over the years. They've added some extra outlets in my garage. They put on up a motion light outside, some dimmer lights in the living room, which are fantastic. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. Whether you need additional outlets or USB ports, you need to fix that fuse that always blows, that flickering light, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. If you're having to rework your office, let Hill Electric design your socially distant space to ensure each workstation has the proper electrical needs. Hill Electric, 210-404-9074 is the phone number. 404-9074 or hill-electric.com.
It was a buzzer-beating thriller for the Aggies today. We'll talk about that with Andrew Monaco coming up after the Sports Center update. It is breaking news this afternoon. It is being reported that Major League Baseball and the Players Association have reached a tentative deal. Still needs to be voted on, but we are told that that is just a formality, meaning baseball is back. In the NFL, the Dallas Cowboys exploring a trade involving offensive tackle Lael Collins. That's according to the NFL Network. They are having active discussions, we understand, that are centered around him. Collins is due $10 million for this upcoming season. San Antonio Spurs still looking for that win that would put Pop in the driver's seat, or all alone, I should say, overtaking Don Nelson for the most all-time coaching wins in NBA history. Spurs return to action tomorrow night against the Utah Jazz. Texas A&M beat Florida today, first round of the SEC tournament, 83-80 in overtime. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Joe Reinagel.
Let me tell you about Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram truck, part of the Ancira I-10 Auto Complex. Easy for me to tell you about and recommend Ancira because I am a longtime Ancira customer, and it's because of the great customer service that you'll get from Ancira before, during, and more importantly, after the sale. That great customer service is why Ancira has been a top family-run dealership in San Antonio for decades. They're going to make sure you're getting the vehicle you want with all the options and features that you're looking for. They'll give you great value on your trade-in, the best rebates and financing options that are available. And you know price made Ancira number one. Price keeps Ancira number one. So think Ancira. Ancira Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram truck, part of the Ancira I-10 Auto Complex on I-10 West between Wurzbach and Huebner.
Hi, I'm Joe Reinagel. San Antonio Sports Star has welcomed me back with open arms, and we are throwing a party. Join me and Jason Minix tomorrow for my return to radio party as we broadcast the Blitz live from Slackers Medical Center.
Let's have some fun and shred those ties, Joe.
That's the plan. Join us tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m. at Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar Medical Center for my return to radio party. You could win Kevin Hart tickets or tickets to Taste of the North Side.
Hello, Connecticut. May I help you?
This is Bill Tyson. Is this my Connecticut Pro?
Yes, Mr. Tyson. What can I do for you?
Calling from Yellowstone National Park.
Mm-hmm.
Old Faithful just erupted and reminded me I didn't set the vacation bypass in my Connecticut water conditioner. Would you run over to my house and set it? I've hidden the key under my door, man.
Well,
I forgot to set the bypass last year. I had that other brand, and the software used up 4,000 pounds of salt in a week.
Mr. Tyson, relax. With your new Connecticut, there is no vacation cycle or any worries about salt.
Oh.
If you don't use any water, your Connecticut won't either. We not only believe in saving salt, but also in saving water.
Would you go over and unplug it then? I'm trying to conserve electricity.
You forget that your Connecticut doesn't use electricity either. There's nothing to plug in. And don't forget that your Connecticut is also completely automatic.
I mean, I can relax and enjoy my whole vacation?
That's right.
This is great. I've got Old Faithful here at Yellowstone and an Old Faithful in my Connecticut water conditioner at home.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Connecticut SA.com.
Hey, Jimmy, I'm going to ask Rachel to marry me, and I need your help. Take these flashcards. I've got to learn these engagement ring terms. Quiz me.
Okay. Halo, vintage, channel set.
Those are all ringtones.
Ring styles. Now, how about this? SI2, HVVS, ESI1.
I got bingo?
No, those are diamond grades. Okay. Table, crown, girdle.
What a queen wears to dinner.
OMG. No, those are all parts of the diamond. Okay, this one's easy. Baraggio, Tacori, Dossi.
I know this. Types of cheeses.
Dude, ring designers.
Guys, don't sweat it. Come to Diamonds Direct and let us teach you to buy like a dealer buys. We don't even let you look at a diamond until we give you a complete diamond education, including the inside secrets of the diamond business. At Diamonds Direct, we take the mystery out of the process and give you the expert guidance you need to make a smart decision.
Here, I made you new flashcards.
Garage, deck, windows, shrubs?
Welcome to married life.
Diamonds Direct at the shops at La Cantera across from Nordstrom.
Get ready to tee off with the BBB. Better Business Bureau of San Antonio is hosting its second annual Top Golf Tournament Thursday, March 24th at Top Golf San Antonio. Enjoy friendly competition, lunch and silent auction, business networking, and raise critical funds for the BBB Education Foundation. Team registration and details at bbb.org. Thanks to the following sponsors for making it happen: Ancira Auto Group, Baird Foundation Repair, Ahia, Bluebonnet Roofing and Remodeling, 1027 Jack FM, and San Antonio Sports Star.
Joe Reinagel, Jason Minix, The Blitz on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250, 103.3 FM.
He's going to come into the front court, 10 seconds left. Tied at 80 in overtime. It's just going to be him trying to break it down off a ball screen. 5 seconds left, Boots on the left side. To Hassan Diarra. Diarra, 3 straight away. Nailed it! Again! Hassan Diarra! 83-80 A&M. 0.1 left. He did it again in overtime, Hassan Diarra.
That's Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Texas A&M Aggies, on this radio station just a couple of hours ago.
Had me on the edge of my seat in my car. Monaco, he's the best.
The beauty of being the Aggie affiliate is we're sitting here in the studio. It's Joe Reinagel, it's James Pledger, and myself, because Joe doesn't come, or Rob Thompson. You were on your way. You weren't here yet. And we're in here. We've got the radio sound on, but we're watching everything on the TV and going back and forth because almost simultaneously, while the Longhorns were completely bleeping their pants, the Aggies were looking that way, but then they hit the big shot. Let's talk about it with the voice of the Aggies. Andrew Monaco joins us now. Have your nerves calmed down a little bit since then, Andrew?
Yeah, once I take more heart medicine, I realize I'm pretty good. But this team, man, I'm telling you, I didn't have gray hair when this season started.
Well, one of the things that I found interesting is Florida, they prefer to get down double digits and then they come back and they get a lot of wins. That is their MO. So at no point should any Aggie fan that knew anything about their opponent have been comfortable with that big lead. But as the Aggies squandered that lead, what was going through your mind as you were calling the game?
You know, go back 6 games ago to Reed Arena, the Aggies had a 13-point lead in that second half and needed Wade Taylor to force 3 free throws at the end of that one. And Florida actually had a good look in that. And you're thinking what was a little bit different was Florida was really hitting shots. And I thought they played off this crowd in Tampa very well, who the Aggies kept silent through so much of the game. But if you notice, it was really a lot of their role players stepped up huge in this game. Kawasi Reeves. Fleming's a good player, but it was Niles Lane and Reeves. The Aggies kind of controlled Castleton. And I think when you look back, the Aggies did a good job. Castleton didn't get the touches. He's the big 7-footer that they play through an awful lot. But Florida had that confidence, and their role players were hitting shot after shot. And just when you think, my partner, Dr. John Thornton, is always saying, hey, no fouls, it would be an and one. And that momentum was there. But they never had the lead in regulation. The Aggies had the ball at the end and took the final shot. It was off the heel by Boots Radford. And, guys, the Aggies never fell behind. They only trailed twice in the game, but it was always one possession. And as soon as they fell behind 73-70, they scored the next 5 points. I thought that was a key moment in that overtime that Florida – I think if Florida goes up 4-5, it's a different story. But the Aggies were able to answer because Florida had all the momentum going into overtime.
That's the best thing about college basketball. It is always exciting. And, Andrew, I'm just happy you joined us again. The last time we talked to you, the Aggies were getting ready for a big game against Kentucky, and then they lost like 4 in a row after that. I'm saying Monaco's going, I'm never coming back on that show again.
Joe, it was 8. I'm like, you guys are poison.
Was it really 8?
Was it really?
They lost 8 in a row this year.
Wow.
They won their first 4 in conference, lost 8. They've now won 5 straight and 6 of their last 7. Like we were joking last Saturday against Mississippi State, they got to 20 wins, and they're 9-9 in the conference before today. It's just the way they got there. But I think it speaks to this team and that resilience. At no point did they point fingers or get down on one another. And if you've ever listened to Buzz talk, he always talks about the spirit, but this team just really had the resolve that they showed today is the resolve that they have showed all season. It's big. They got to 21. I know they're on the outside looking in, but a couple of eye-opening wins. I think the win at Alabama last Wednesday and the way they won this, I wish they had won by double digits and could have locked it down. But Joe, like you said, that's college basketball. You have those runs and momentum, especially, when you have guys this age playing. But I think there's going to be some attention to Hassan Diarra hitting another big 3. The reason why I say, again, second game of the season, he did it in double overtime at Reed Arena to beat Abilene Christian. So, again, ice water in the veins, grit, whatever you want. He's a kid. He's from Queens, New York. He's pretty unflappable. He was really good, but this has been a different team at the back end of this season.
Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, joining us here on the Blitz after A&M held on and beat Florida in overtime 83-80 earlier today in the SEC tournament. Watching the game, and I didn't hear any of Buzz's post-game comments, but I believe Florida had 0 fouls in the first half, and it felt like the officials swallowed the whistle quite a bit in the second half, especially in overtime, and that one bizarre call that got overturned out of bounds play with about 18 seconds left, if I remember correctly.
Right in front of us.
Yeah. I don't know if Buzz talked about the officiating, but what did Buzz think about the officiating?
He was smart. He was in the press conference. We took his first 2 answers. I know he made an opening statement. We took some of Henry Coleman III and Hassan Diarra in the press conference. Normally, we get Buzz after every game, but the tournament, he's got his commitment to SEC Network, and then he goes back to that press conference, and we just can't wait. But that's why we're able to get Wade Taylor IV afterwards. They bring him. He did not say anything about that, which might be smart. Again, there were 6 fouls in that first half, all on Texas A&M. For the game, I think it's 46 fouls are called in that game. 6 in the first half, 46 total.
Wow.
Second half and overtime. They were called completely different. And my problem is I thought that they dictated who was playing in this game for each team. Quentin Jackson fouls out. Boots Radford saddled with fouls. I just don't like the disparity. And it's interesting. Greg Sankey was 2 hour right. So was Bob Delaney, who oversees the officials for the SEC. Not so much the disparity in the foul calls, the disparity in the way it was called in the first half and the way it was called in the second half. And you're right. It was even slightly different in overtime for that one. But, you have to adjust. If it becomes touch fouls then in the second half, you know what? You've got to respect that. But, Aggies fought through all of that. And, they did it without Quentin Jackson, who was the SEC Player of the Week. And they found a way. Again, they almost adopt that football and or hockey mentality of the next man up, and they found a way.
Andrew, I love the college basketball tournaments, the conference tournaments, because, hey, you win a game, you're right back at it the next day. And that's the case for the Aggies. And they got a tough one tomorrow. Obviously, it's Auburn. And that's a game that I see that even if the Aggies, and not that obviously they can win it, but they need to play Auburn well, don't you think, to open up the eyes further and say, hey, we deserve a spot in the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be another eye-opening game for them. But look, Auburn's talented. They're the number 1 seed for a reason. They have, the freshman of the year in Jabari Smith, who's also first-team SEC. They've got Walker Kessler, the transfer from North Carolina, who had a triple-double when the Aggies played them last month on Februaury 12th. And the triple, part of the triple-double, was 12 blocks against A&M. And he can affect the game on both ends of the floor. I'll tell you a guy that I like on Auburn an awful lot is the transfer from Georgia, KD Johnson. I think he is a tough point guard. As I say that, I think it's the guard play of A&M. I think they forced Florida to put their point guard on the bench today in Tyree Appleby because he was struggling and turning it over. And it's Gordon and Diarra and Radford. Those guards will get after you. But Katie Johnson and Auburn, they had their way when we played in Auburn earlier in the season. Again, it's a hard matchup. But I say this, I don't think it's the same team that went into Auburn on February 12th. I think this team's playing with confidence. Buzz has said, you know what, whatever the label is that you have, point guard, point forward, center, get rid of it. I'm playing the five who are going to give max effort every time. And that's why this starting lineup looks like it does of Wade Taylor IV, who's a freshman, Manny Obasicki, who's a freshman, Boots Radford, Henry Coleman, Quentin Jackson. Coleman's your tallest guy at 6'8". He's taken the labels off and gone with max effort guys, and the same thing coming off the bench. Who's going to give me max effort while the other guy, takes a rest? He played his starters a little longer than he's done in the past. Basically 2 media timeouts. You don't always see that, but he's going to ride on what I think is now their big three of Radford, Coleman, and Quentin Jackson, and they have been really good in this 5-game winning streak.
Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, joining us here on the Blitz. You heard him this afternoon with that big win over Florida. You'll hear him on the call tomorrow, pregame at 10:30, tip at 11 a.m. right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Do you like those early starts, Andrew?
Yep. You know why? Because we start at 12:02. Could you imagine being LSU in Missouri and having to start your pregame? You think you're tipping at 2:30, so you might have had a 2 o'clock pregame. You got to go down the line and tell all your affiliates, hey, A&M in Florida is not done. You got to fill all that time. I think there's something to it. Look, Buzz has stopped the shoot around this late in the season because he does things through a hotel. Joe, if you remember, that's the old NBA way.
Yeah,
you get a ballroom, and it's almost like a walkthrough for that. They do that in the morning and then make their way over. We were able to shoot on Tuesday after we landed. Wednesday, before the first round of games. So, you do that. I like it because I know that our tip is going to be at 11:02 tomorrow. That's the nice thing. Instead of having to wait and get that 25-minute warm up, and sometimes there's time to kill. Although a lot of people say I can fill the time. I'd rather not.
Yeah, you can.
You can, Monica, no question. All right, Andrew, I know what the players are doing today. They probably had a nice meal and maybe go over some stuff, but they're resting. So what does Andrew Monaco do tonight? Are you gargling with Listerine or what's your night like?
Sure. Listerine is that brown liquid, right? It's a little different. No, you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I've got A&M and Auburn. I've got to do my notes for tomorrow. I'm going to search through the post game and get all the sound ready for tomorrow. We still have another show that we have to do, a pregame and get ready and get Buzz Williams as well, his pregame thoughts tomorrow. So it is preparation. It's a quick turnaround, but I have got every team and every score sheet that I use. I printed it all out for every option of teams that we're going to play. You'd love to be able to go deep in that library if you have to and prepare for Auburn tomorrow.
And a good place to prep in Tampa is a little bar down there near the arena called Hat Tricks. It's a fantastic bar. Go check it out. It's a good quiet spot. You'll get a lot of homework done.
It's a very good spot, by the way, and we've already checked it out. So we may be going right back there because, as you guys mentioned, this is a great time of the year with all the tournaments going on throughout the country.
Absolutely. Andrew Monaco on a very busy day. Tell everybody at Hat Tricks we said hello and have a good call tomorrow.
Go Aggies.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. Appreciate
it. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Texas A&M Aggies. That was a hell of a call today by
really
Andrew.
Was.
And a great game. And simultaneously, basically, the Longhorns just completely wetting the bed. And it looked like the Aggies were going to do the same. I mean, it could have been because the Aggies went to overtime. They were 1 at 18 seconds, 1 at 15-1, the timeouts. We were wearing out the remote inside. Then I put the Longhorn game on my phone and going back and forth, and I can't believe Texas did what they did today.
Yeah, that's unbelievable with that Texas team because they're such a Jekyll and Hyde team. And you got to wonder what the mindset is. 18-point lead at halftime, and you lose to TCU. And no disrespect to TCU, but I mean, come on. What was said in that locker room? Did they go in and have lunch, have a few drinks? I mean, seriously,
it's just done. It's the curse of Gary Patterson.
It's ridiculous. And I don't understand that. And Chris Beard has been a guy. I know everybody loves him in Austin. Texas fans love him, but he's really been, and I know it's not all him, but he's really been inconsistent this year. This team has really never shown me that they can be a team that could sustain power. They win a couple and then they lose dumb ball games like today.
They do, and quite frankly, it's year one. But Texas fans, and I'm one, we're not patient.
No, and you shouldn't be.
Shaka, you come in, all right. Okay, year one, you get a pass. No, I mean,
no.
The expectation, dude, we brought you from Lubbock. You're going to take Texas farther than what Texas Tech is doing. And look what Texas Tech is doing this year. I just, the frustration in the way they lose games. You bring in some transfers. Hell, they brought in the Pac-12 Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
You have an 18-point lead in the tournament. That's on the coach.
That's it. Well,
that's on the coach.
90% of it is.
You're
right. Because I don't know what they were doing in the locker room at halftime.
You cannot. I mean, when you see it slipping away, substitutions, running plays, you can't blow an 18-point lead in the tournament.
Well,
you just can't.
No, you can't. And the fact of it, they were having their way with TCU. And I think it gets into the mindset of those players. Look, this is easy. We just got to go out, finish it up, and we look forward to the next game. But in college, that's the coach's thing. He needs to go in that locker room at halftime and scare the hell out of those players. And make sure that they come out with the same mindset that they came out to start that ball game with. And obviously that was not the case. So in that respect, you're right. It's on the coach. But I'm going to tell you, Jason, what happened today, Texas is still going to get in the tournament.
Yes.
But it may have cost them a seed or two.
Yes, no doubt.
And going to some region where it's just going to be, horrible for them. So this will cost them. This game, this loss today will cost them in seeding in the tournament.
And rough 24 hours on the 40 acres.
Yeah.
Texas baseball, number one in the country.
Hey, go Bobcats, baby.
Lose last night to Texas State. And as a Longhorn fan, eat them up, Cats. I mean,
yeah.
I love what it's like when UTSA knocked off number 2 Stanford.
Yeah.
That is so fun. And the pitcher for Texas State, he gets that call, strikeout 3, horns down immediately. Enjoy your World Series, Sam Marcus.
Absolutely.
But that was a lot of, as a Longhorn fan, I can say that, man. And enjoy it. That's the biggest win you guys are going to get. And the first thing I thought of is, when does UTSA and Texas State play? Because Texas State knocked off number 1 Texas. UTSA has knocked off number 2 Stanford. The I-35 rivalry is going to be pretty damn good coming up.
They actually do play.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks.
In a couple of weeks. That's going to be a fun series to watch. And I wish that the powers to be could figure out a way to get those teams in the same conference. I know it's not the same because I think UTSA is head and shoulders above Texas State, obviously, in football for sure. So I don't think that's ever going to happen. But, man, what a natural rivalry that is. And it's just so much fun.
Texas State for so many years, and I know we're up against it, and this is a top. Let's just get into it in a couple minutes. We'll poop all over Texas State and their brain trust from 50 years ago as we continue here on the Blitz. Spurs don't get it done last night either. Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text the word bail to 474747, or you can even start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option, AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, a free shuttle service. They're discreet and confidential and open 24/7 to get you out fast. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're down in the Valley, over in Corpus, up in Dallas, license number 149. For stress-free bail bonds, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121 or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. San Antonio Sports Star Drive to End Hunger is going on now through March 25th. Just go to sasportstar.com to give what you can or just find drop-off locations. It's all presented by the Institute for Functional Health, Rambler Sparkling Water, Copenhagen Imports, and Airtron.
Let me tell you about Garageanization. If you need an organization solution for your garage, there is no better company to call than Garageanization at 210-664-4494. You can talk to them about shelves, overhead racks, closed storage, slat walls. You can make your garage functional for the entire family. Imagine being able to get both cars in the garage, the kids' bikes, your golf clubs, your coolers, your lawnmower, everything that you need. It's spring break time. A lot of you are doing some spring cleaning this week, and you're trying to figure out, where am I going to put all this stuff? Imagine all your Christmas stuff that's just stacked in those crates and whatnot. You can put them basically on your ceiling in an overhead rack and not even have to worry about it. Get both cars in the garage. Hail season is right around the corner. And we all know in San Antonio, and there's hail in the forecast. Everybody's moving stuff around, trying to get your car in there. Why wait? Organize your garage now. Garageanization, a veteran-owned company since 2008 that's been helping San Antonians love their garage. Call them. They'll give you a customized plan for your garage. Learn more online, garageorganizationsanantonio.com. That's garageorganizationsanantonio.com.
I need 4 more of the biscuit carnitas, 2 burnt end platters, 3...
The kitchen at Kai's Barbecue is firing on all cylinders.
Greg, help me bring these to the pickup counter.
He needs food runners who can hit the ground quickly.
86 on the chicken and we're short-staffed. Let's pick it up.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
And Doug.
Don't you just love the smell of old books? Shh, this is a library. Sorry, ma'am. We're looking for a book titled Liberty Mutual Customizes Your Car Insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I don't think we carry that, but check nonfiction.
He really does devour literature.
Please leave.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hey, y'all, this is your girl, Cheryl Underwood, and I want to tell you something. My digestive system used to make me feel sluggish, but those days are over. Now I feel great. That's because I increased my fiber intake with the Metamucil 2-week challenge, and I'm still hooked. I just took Metamucil every day for 14 days, and it's really that easy. Metamucil traps and removes the waste that weighs you down, so you feel lighter and more energetic. Now I never want to go back to that heavy feeling. Are you ready for the Metamucil 2-week challenge? For a coupon and daily support, sign up at metamucil.com today.
Dell's semi-annual sale is the perfect opportunity for a significant business upgrade. Save up to 45% on Dell computers with Windows 11 Pro and get an easy start to your workday. Plus, enjoy special pricing on Dell docks, monitors, servers, and more, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today to find the right tech for your business with fast, free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
It's drive and determination.
Catching a right-hand dunk.
It's magic and mayhem.
Long three is good.
We've got NBA action live on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Hey guys, it's Rudy J. Let's talk the biggest stories in sports tomorrow morning, 7 till 10 on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Got a feeling, Rudy. He's going to be at Slackers tomorrow. So
Sure,
Rob. Jimenez is trying to make your return to radio party his birthday party. So
Yeah, I know it. You know that guy.
Yeah.
Is it his birthday, or is he just saying that?
He's just saying that.
Yeah, probably.
He's the kind of guy that every time he's at Olive Garden, he tells him it's his birthday, so he gets a free dessert.
I'm worried, a little worried about Rudy J, though.
Why?
Well, he's a Bears fan. Khalil Mack traded to the San Diego Chargers or Los Angeles Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
You think he's upset about that?
He's used to disappointment.
As a Bears fan, he certainly is.
He's got to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Spurs fans, we're getting used to that too.
Yeah, well, come on. Hadn't been that long. What's it been?
A couple of years.
That's it.
Couple of years.
You're spoiled, Minix.
We are. We are.
I'm a Spurs fan, and I'm good with it.
You
need a rebuild every now and then. It's good for you.
Every 20 years, whether you need it or not.
A good body flush. Kind of clean things out and start over.
Okay, Aaron. That's kind of what they're doing.
For him. My goodness.
I mean, I look at it last night. Yeah. I don't know why I figured they dial it in, get it done.
No.
When you look at the history that could have been made last night, and I appreciate DeJounte afterwards talking about how disappointed they didn't get it done in try one to get Pop the record all to himself for all-time regular season wins. It just, they're just not a good basketball team. I was at the game last night. It was a lot of people were there ready to celebrate.
Yeah.
Then I realized, well, Pop knew it was Coyote's birthday. He didn't want to take the shine away from Coyote. I kid.
How was the crowd? Was it a big crowd or no?
No. The same empty seats you're seeing on TV, they were still there.
Huh?
I will say the upper level that never gets shown on TV was pretty full.
Well, those tickets,
there were pockets, but where the media sits right in front of the baseline bumps,
right?
There were 2 complete sections there that didn't have a soul.
Oh, wow.
And as you look around the building, the number of suites that didn't have lights on.
Oh, wow.
That surprised me.
Yeah, that's tough. And that's tough for the Spurs organization, too. I mean, I don't know if those things are sold and people just aren't going or they're not sold. And that's certainly not a good thing.
I want to say sold and not going and not able to resell.
Maybe.
At least a good vast majority of them. But knowing that history could have been made last night, you would have thought it would have brought a lot of people out. And it just didn't.
And that's a shame. It's going to happen, although tomorrow night they've got the Utah Jazz. That's going to be tough. And they've got a back-to-back. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Saturday is Military Appreciation Night.
Right. And
which would be good.
I can't remember who they play on Saturday.
And then Monday, they've got Minnesota.
Military Appreciation. Well, that'd be perfect. It'd be a perfect night for Pop to get that record.
So lose tomorrow night.
Well, I think that's going to happen
anyway. And then Saturday, is it the Pacers in town for that?
I think it is the Pacers, actually.
Yeah.
That Utah team is good. I think they beat New Orleans last night.
Which isn't saying much.
Well, they just smoked them.
Yeah, but again, there is such a difference between the top 4 or 5 and those that are battling for the lottery.
You see where the Lakers lost to the Rockets last night?
How pathetic.
I love it.
How pathetic.
Isn't that awesome?
It is.
And I hate the Rockets.
I know, but
so it's great. I mean, but I'd rather the Rockets win than the Lakers any day.
Any day. We've got baseball. It is back. Jerry Jones has an extra kid he doesn't want you to know about. We'll talk about that.
Wonder if she can run the ball club.
I wonder if she's asking to be traded to another franchise. Can you put me on waivers too?
Yeah. She wouldn't want to go to Washington, would she?
No.
Could
you imagine going from Jerry to Dan? Good Lord.
I'm not sure any of those owners. Most of them might have a skeleton or two in the closet.
Rich man problems. We'll explain what Jerry's dealing with as we continue here on the Blitz. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, you need to get into Sammy's Embroidery Club down on San Pedro. If you need your logo on some polos, on some nice dress shirts around the office, vests, jackets, half zips, whatever you need, Sammy's got it. You need hats? Sam has the largest selection of caps, including the popular Richardson style cap, over 700 uniform lines, and not just embroidery, silkscreen shirts as well for any occasion. You need uniforms done. If you're in charge of getting uniforms done for maybe your beer league softball team, your old man baseball team, maybe you're coaching little league soccer, baseball, softball, whatever it is, your uniforms, your travel gear, the bags, Sam can do it all for you. Get it done locally. Sammy's Embroidery and Printing. Nobody has better price. So Sam has all the big name brands, and he's the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. Call 210-824-3900, or better yet, get into that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or go to the website samsembroidery.com for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
Didn't catch R&R in the morning? Here's what you missed.
Every one of them at fault. The guy who got his ass whooped, he's at fault. He said something.
Yeah.
Kamara, you're at fault. Everybody at fault.
Rob, you willing to take a $5 million ass whooping?
Yes. I'm taking an ass whooping for a lot less. Unequivocal, yes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Me too, dog.
I could buy some plastic surgery.
Rob Thompson, Rudy J. Weekday morning 7 to 10 on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Guys, did you know that starting around age 30, men's testosterone levels can decline naturally? As a result, you may experience low energy, lack of focus, problems in the bedroom, or even depression. If that's you, then it's time to rethink your health. The solution? Testosterone replacement therapy with Synergenics. It's easy. Just take the test at one of our clinics in the San Antonio area. For more info and to schedule an appointment, head over to 800lowt.com today and get your life back.
Last year, to mark its 100th birthday, Lowe's completed 100 impact projects in communities across the United States as part of 100 hometowns, benefiting more than 1 million Americans. Lowe's is making its largest ever commitment to give back to the communities it serves. Over the next 5 years, Lowe's will invest $100 million in community impact projects, supporting nearly 2,000 communities each year. Nominate your hometown project in need by March 28th. Visit Lowe's.com/hometowns to learn more or follow us at #Lowe'sHometowns.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
My sign is a potential customer's first impression, so it needs to be perfect.
It's possible at Staples.
There are 4 other bakeries within 5 blocks of here. My shop needs to stand out.
Also possible. With Staples print and marketing services, small businesses can print big with wide format signs and banners. Right now, get $10 off custom printed signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. Create your sign at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 3/26. Visit staples.com/signage for details.
Get ready to tee off with the BBB. Better Business Bureau of San Antonio is hosting its 2nd annual Top Golf Tournament Thursday, March 24th at Top Golf San Antonio. Enjoy friendly competition, lunch and silent auction, business networking, and raise critical funds for the BBB Education Foundation. Team registration and details at bbb.org. Thanks to the following sponsors for making it happen: Ancira Auto Group, Baird Foundation Repair, Ahia, Bluebonnet Roofing and Remodeling, 1027 Jack FM, and San Antonio Sports Star.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Joe Reinagle, Jason Minix, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250, 103.3 FM. I'm Jason Minix. He's Joe Reinagle. On Twitter, at Joe Reinagle210. Tweet at me, at Jason Minix. And, man, there's a lot to talk about today.
Lot to talk about. It's been a good week sports-wise. Been a lot happening this week.
You're liking the sports radio business?
I kind of like it, yeah. Not bad. I enjoy it, yeah.
There's so much to talk about.
So much. Even when you think, man, I don't know what in the heck we're going to talk about tomorrow. Something always happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the boys in the morning are a little jealous.
Only one. Rudy.
Just one of them.
Rudy.
Because I keep seeing things that he'll text out like, man, everything happens in the afternoon.
Well, it does.
It does.
That's that's life, Rudy.
Yeah.
I mean, rarely do they get any kind of breaking news between 7 and 10.
People are asleep still.
There's
at least the big wigs.
Well, it is interesting when you're doing radio shows. And granted, I mean, I've been doing afternoons here on this station for 14 years. The hard part is, okay, the Spurs played last night. What do you all day, what are people talking about? So when you come on at 4 o'clock, how are you going to address it that's different than, or say a Cowboys game or whatever? And, that's a challenge. Those guys, they're the first to react to it. So it's that.
Well, that's pretty
natural.
cool too.
That's the advantage that morning shows have. By the time, and a lot of times we're reacting in the moment, reading what we're seeing on tweets, like this baseball story.
Yeah.
Later tonight and throughout the day tomorrow, more details are going to come out, and they're going to have a more full perspective of what the deal actually looks like and what side caved the most or was it truly a meet in the middle kind of negotiation on most of the bigger topics?
Is it ever a meet in the middle?
Unfortunately, no.
Typically, you'll see, I don't know, the players got over on this, but the owners got over on that. And so it's kind of I guess you could say that's a meet in the middle thing. But, everybody, you were right. I think when you said that earlier about everybody's going to brag and say they got over, we got the deal, we won, and let's go play ball.
Yeah,
and that's usually not the case. The truth is somewhere in the middle.
And we'll talk a lot about the baseball lockout ending today on day 99. Texas Longhorns lose today to TCU. They blew an 18-point lead in the second half. Yes. A&M, they held on and beat Florida in overtime 83-80. And congrats to the Cole Cougars.
Yes.
They just went final a few minutes ago down in the Dome. They held on and beat Hitchcock 53-49. So they will play Dallas Madison at 10 o'clock Saturday for the state championship. Now, help me out, Cole Cougar fans. Cole's been to the state title game technically 4 years in a row. First year, this group of seniors as freshmen went and lost to Dallas Madison.
Yeah.
Then they won it. Then they would have played it, but COVID took away the game, and then they won it all, right? And then is that how it was?
Well, so it was their sophomore year that COVID took it away.
Okay.
And then they won it last year.
And now they've got a chance.
They've got a chance to repeat.
But this year they got Dallas Madison
again.
That beat them on their first trip.
That would be sweet.
Yes, that's what I'm
take
looking
care of those
forward
guys. Those they've got a couple of players. I mean, it's a whole team, but they got a couple of players, man, that are really special.
I mean, this group. I mean, think about you're a freshman through your senior year. You've made the state tournament every year.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, that's like what Shaq was doing. By the way, Shaq is coming to San Antonio to DJ in a couple of weeks out at Cowboys.
To DJ?
Yeah, DJ Diesel. Yeah.
I didn't know he was a DJ.
He's a big-time DJ.
Wow.
Yes.
And he's going to do it where?
At Cowboys Dance Hall.
Oh, wow. So is that going to be country?
No, Joe. It's not going to be country.
I'm wondering. Cowboys Dance Hall. I guess they have others activities and events.
I know that they've got a huge EDM deal coming up in April out at Cowboys. A rave. They do it 5-6 times a year over there. It's not just two-stepping over there.
Okay.
But Shaq.
That's cool.
That is cool.
I would love to see that.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you go?
Of course.
For how long?
I don't know.
How long do you think if you went to watch Shaq DJ, would you watch him DJ?
I would probably watch him for a long time because I bet he's very entertaining.
Yes.
I mean, he's not, I haven't seen him, but I would imagine he puts on a pretty good show. I mean, that's just who Shaq is. So, yeah, I would probably stick around for a while. They're probably going to sell cold beer. And,
yes.
Yeah. So,
but you wouldn't leave.
No.
You go to some of the other DJ shows. How long do you think you would stay?
I don't know that I've been to many other DJ shows, to be honest with you.
But would you even go?
It depends, maybe, on the event and what kind of music and all of that kind of stuff.
It's going to be EDM in most cases.
So EDM, explain that. What is that?
we don't have all day.
Do you know what it is?
Do I know what it is?
EDM.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
What is it?
I have a 23-year-old daughter. It's DJ.
So do I.
It's.
Everyone's gonna tell you. Look at that.
I got my headphones on. I'm gonna pipe in.
And Edwin never wants to talk, so he knows what's going on.
EDM. It's electric music, right? Electric digital, right? I believe that's what the E and the D and the M stand for. Although I could be wrong on that.
And I love this because you're EDM. Like you knew what the hell it was.
Well, it's like saying country or Texas country.
Okay, I got you.
It's a genre, but now you want me to explain it.
I do.
I don't know about that. I can get my daughter on the line. She actually writes for a EDM website and does blogging and things.
Well, it's funny because,
which is why I know about some of these DJ shows. And yes, I had a beef with Diplo.
Is he EDM?
He's EDM.
He's EDM.
He's EDM.
Okay.
I don't really have a beef with Diplo.
Well, I do. He stood us up.
He stood us up.
And that's his loss, actually.
Yes.
More so than ours. So
yes.
I always go home when something like this happens and I'll text one of my daughters, what is EDM? And they'll laugh. It'll be ha, it's this. Because I did the same. I said, what is a Diplo? I did that, and they were like, ha, 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 Diplo is this. And so that's how I learned too.
See, now there's a DJ that goes by Excision, who's going to be out at Cowboys soon, that my daughter thinks I will enjoy because he's a little bit more heavy and headbanging.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's all I know.
DJs, DJs at like a wedding or something like that. It's just like pop music or
no.
A little bit of country thrown in.
When you go to
jazz,
maybe. Let me put it, the only place that I could ever see Reinagel tripping into where there's a big time DJ would be, say, maybe you're in Las Vegas, you go over to the MGM and they've got that great club there and there's a DJ there named Tiestro, and you go and you watch his show because you're at the club and he's DJing.
That's the MGM Grand?
Yes.
Oh, good.
You ever done that?
I have not. But later this year, we'll be staying at the MGM Grand, so maybe I'll do that.
It's a fancy club in there, but it's club. It's not, it's not where you're just going to go sit down and have dinner. Generally, the only times I've been there is groups of kids celebrating 21st birthday, and they take dads with them so that you
can pay.
Yes.
Yes. I know how that works.
Yes. All of a sudden, you reserve a table, and you realize to do that, you got to buy an $800 bottle of Grey Goose.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. Which they proceed to drink.
Yeah, but it's good for your M Life points.
It is. That's not a bad thing.
What
right?
It boils down to.
Wow. So, well, that'll be interesting. And but I would go to see Shaq do that because I bet it would be very entertaining, a lot of fun. He would entertain the crowd, and I would go to that, and I would stay. If
as long as there's beer.
Well, as long as that's a plus.
It's a requirement.
It's a requirement.
Let's be honest.
Okay, so I would stay. I would do that, and I'm anxious to see that. Do you know when he's coming?
Hang on.
I'm just asking. If you don't know, we can.
No, I've got it. Because I'm messaging a dude trying to get Shaq on the show to talk about.
That's even better.
What do you think I know about this? Hey, Shaq's coming. Do you want him on your show? Yes. What's he coming for? He's DJing. DJ Diesel, March 26th.
That's coming up pretty quick.
Is coming up at a Cowboys dance hall.
What night is that?
Do you know?
I'm just saying the 26th.
In front of you?
What's today? The 10th?
I'm pretty sure it's not a Tuesday.
That sounds to me.
March 26th is a Sunday.
That's perfect.
Sure. What were you thinking? You had to work? You only have one job now.
That's true.
You get off at 7.
That might be too late by the time I drive all the way out to Cowboys dance hall.
I would say that'd be an Uber kind of night.
That's probably
an Uber. Although, with all these gas prices, anybody having any negative effects on Uber?
I wonder about that. I haven't gotten an Uber since gas went sky high. So
I'm curious because I know I'm going to Uber tomorrow. Are there fewer drivers out there?
You're going to Uber where tomorrow?
Slackers. Well, I probably won't Uber to Slackers, but I know I'm going to have to Uber home from Slackers. But when you look at, is Uber just adding, are rides becoming more expensive or drivers not driving as much?
I would assume they're going to raise their prices. I would assume that. I don't know that for a fact, but it just seems logical that they would.
If you're an Uber driver, Lyft driver, let us know.
Yeah.
I'm curious, and I'm sure a lot of people are, because if there's fewer cars, then obviously prices are going to go up because that's kind of how it works. Or for the love of God, if you're out Ubering or you're driving, you're taking an Uber, tip.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
Gas prices are what they are. So tip a little bit more than you normally would, because even if they raise prices, the way the Uber Lyft split is, I don't know how much more money is actually going to the driver.
So are you driving any differently because of gas prices?
I haven't yet.
I haven't either. But I really got sticker shock. It was after the show, I think on Tuesday. I went and got gas. $50. And that's not premium. That's regular gas. $50. I'm like, you got to be. And normally it's like, I don't know, 28.
Well, I've seen a lot of people on social media bitching about, all right, if you're going to put the prices, can you have the pump not cut off at $50 or $75? You know, how some pumps, if you've got a big truck or a big SUV, I'm seeing photos, people taking $100 to fill up.
Yeah.
2 or 3 swipes of the credit card because the machine will cut off at a certain level, which I didn't know was a thing because I don't have anything that takes that much.
I didn't either until Tuesday, and it was just under $50. I rounded it up for the story, but so it might have cut me off at 50. I don't know, but $50. I mean, come on.
Remember when we were laughing at the gas prices in California?
Yeah.
Imagine they're almost $10.
It's outrageous. I can't imagine owning a vehicle, and in LA especially, you have to drive. You really don't have a choice.
My daughter in Phoenix, I think she said it was like $430 for regular, which is insane. I saw April Ansira posted a joke on social media that said, if you're trading in your car, Kelly Blue Book now asks, is the tank full or empty?
It's outrageous. Did you see Jordan from the Spurs? Howenstein tweeted us, said he'll buy the first beer.
The first beer where?
At Shaq's deal.
Awesome.
How about that? We're there then.
If Jordan is going, and he is obviously, perfect.
Jordan is a stat master.
He is.
This
He's
guy.
the best.
He is the best. It's unbelievable some of the stuff that he comes up with and tweets out. He is incredible. Works for the Spurs in the PR department. And
at Airless Jordan, and he is the best Spur stat guy to follow.
No doubt.
And what I don't like, because I'm not a guy that if I see something, I'm either going to retweet it or credit where it is, right? What I hate is when I see other people taking something that I saw from Jordan, and then 3 minutes later, they're tweeting it as if it's theirs.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not a fan
of
that.
But Jordan is just, he's cool.
He is.
He's just a cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
I like Jordan.
I like Jordan. It's going to be hard to go have a beer with Jordan somewhere. I mean, because you and I, our shoe game doesn't quite measure up.
No, he's got a good shoe game.
I mean, even like Rob's like Jordan. I mean, the life of a single man. Like when he posts photos of like his apartment and stuff.
Yeah, but I bet you Jordan, because he makes friends with some of those guys. So I wonder how much of that he's buying and how much, hey.
Well, because the players, they Nike or whoever just emails it to them.
Exactly.
Here's my friend Jordan. I need a size, whatever.
Jordan, we got you, Jordan. We know your secrets, but that's all right, buddy.
The other way around. We should be buying him beer.
No, he can do it.
Yeah, here's the thing, Jordan. You buy the first beer, and Reinego's going to get the next 4.
For Jordan, I would. You, not so much.
Trust me, I know. You don't pick up the tab. John McClain of the Houston Chronicle will join us coming up at 5:30. Lots of NFL news, and tomorrow is going to be a big day for Deshaun Watson. We'll get into that. Big news of today, baseball is back.
Yeah.
They settle the lockout on day 99. I'm going through all the things that I'm reading from the Jeff Passons and the Bob Nightingales, and I'm trying to figure out all of the things, the numbers that we're seeing reported now. Now, it hasn't been signed and all finalized, voted on, and essentially accepted. Players have 3 days to report for spring training, the abbreviated spring training. All 162 games are going to be played, so the commissioner who canceled games is putting them back in. So we will get all 162. But these final numbers that you read seem to be what most of the guys that cover all of this were projecting them to be 99 days ago.
Well, on the numbers, just from what I remember of that first offer by the owners, it looks like the owners caved.
Yes.
And went up in price, and especially on the years as you move forward. So the players certainly got what they wanted there. But I think some of this other stuff the players didn't want, like the pitch clock and I'm not sure how they felt about bigger bases, but
bigger's better.
I get, sometimes that's just going to be weird to me. And now you think it's going to be an obvious difference?
I hope not.
Where you can see it on TV?
I hope not.
Or at the ballpark?
I hope not. I mean, they haven't really, it's not like it's going to be clown bases or something you would see on Nickelodeon or, I think if they add an inch all the way around, you wouldn't notice the difference. Like if you saw a base that was smaller and it wasn't significantly smaller, but an inch, would you notice if you're watching on? No. But adding an inch, those bang bang plays at first or first to second when you're stealing second, if a guy is going to be safe 10% more than he would have been. You get more base runners on, chance for more scoring, a chance for more excitement, and that's what Major League Baseball wanted.
I suppose. I mean,
the people that are pissed about this are the pitchers. Well, because that will affect them.
Because obviously, and this happens in the NBA, it happens in the NFL, and now in Major League Baseball, everybody thinks more scoring is better. So it just makes it harder on the defense. Obviously, in the NFL, it's harder for the defense. There's more points scored. Basketball the same way. And now baseball. So they figure more runs, the better. Well, what's happened if you have more runs? The games are going to take longer. And isn't that the whole point, what they wanted to get rid of with the pitch clock and everything else? So it just seems like one side is I don't know.
It's perspective. I mean, yeah, the games are 20 minutes longer now on average than they were 10 years ago.
20 minutes.
Big deal, right?
Wow.
But if you're watching bad baseball, then
define bad baseball, though.
9-1.
Okay.
Eight pitching changes. What they're trying to cut down is the downtime. If a pitcher is, 14 seconds if nobody is on and 19 seconds if there's a runner on base. That's where the pitch clock is going to be. If a pitcher is taking 30 seconds after the catcher throws him the ball, 30 seconds versus 14, and nothing is going on, then that's boring time, right? They want exciting. If you got runners on, now it's exciting. Now there's things happening where scoring. So I think it's not necessarily the amount of time, it's the amount of downtime or what you would consider boring time.
So then they're going to have to limit the amount of times that a batter can ask for timeout.
I think they've already kind of done that.
Have they?
I think they
because
did that
they ask for
time.
timeout, they stick around, they'll bang on their cleats, they'll scratch themselves, spit a couple of times, and they get back in the batter's box.
Well, that's all necessary.
Well, it may very well be necessary. So
adjust your sleeves and your gloves.
They're going to have.
Well,
my question is, then, are they going to have to follow that pitch clock too?
Well, they are, because
unless they call timeout,
if they're not ready. But I don't know how often they're able to call timeout.
That's the thing.
But I think once you're in your box, you're in the box. You know that kind of stuff is already. I think that went away a couple years ago.
But I've seen players do that. They're in the box waiting for the timeout.
Well, if the pitcher's taking too long, you're going to stop. Hang on, this guy's taking way too long. It's that part of the gamesmanship is going away because it takes too much time.
Seems like a long time.
There's jokes there for you, Ryan Eagle. Yes, well, exactly. For some people, 14 seconds might be a long time.
It's a long time.
For other people, it's too quick.
It depends.
One is the pitcher, and one is the batter.
Depends on how in love you are.
I'm just saying.
Whew.
Yes.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to watch all this play out. And I really hope it doesn't just make a mockery of the game of baseball.
I don't know that any of these changes do, in the fact that we're getting away from the ghost runner and extra innings. Double headers are going to be 9 innings instead of 7 innings. I think one of the bigger things, because the pitch count clock, most of us aren't even going to notice or realize. I really don't. It might affect the players, but as a fan, I don't know that you will notice or realize.
I guarantee you, in the corner of every broadcast, that pitching clock is going to be up.
Dude, there's already a pitch count clock. It's up. It's in the stadium. It's there.
A pitch count.
The clock. That's because right now I think it's 30 seconds.
It will be up. Mark my words.
Okay.
At least early on, you're going to see it. It's going to be right there in the corner of your screen, and it's like, oh, it's 5 seconds.
Well, again,
is it going to throw the pitch?
But doesn't that keep you engaged?
No.
I mean, if you're watching a basketball game and you see the shot clock at 5, 4,
it's
pass. What are you doing? I mean,
right. It's going to annoy me at first, I think, because they're really going to focus on
everything does.
It. Well, some things do, but it's going to be there, and I don't know. Change is tough. And I know it's necessary in a lot of ways, but change is a difficult thing for me sometimes. So it's going to be interesting to see how all this plays out in a 14-second. I mean, that just seems like.
See, I think you're hung up on the wrong thing.
And so is
go with the National League designated hitter.
Now that sucks.
See, there you go.
No, that really sucks.
Rocky says you can wear his Cards gear.
I can do that now, huh? Maybe I'll wear that to Slackers tomorrow.
I wouldn't.
Why not? Little St. Louis Cardinals gear out to Slackers. That would look sharp. I think people would be impressed.
I think they might cut something besides your ties.
That's going to be a blast tomorrow, by the way. I'm looking forward to it.
It is going to be a lot of fun for sure. We'll talk about that coming up. LeGarrette Blount, Super Bowl champ, will join us at 6 o'clock. John McClain next here on the Blitz. If you're looking for a place to go watch games, whether it's the tournament games, you're thinking about baseball, which is back, no better place to go watch games than the Rue Pub there at 281 and Redland Road with their 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around, and make plans now. Next Thursday, that's St. Patrick's Day. That's also day 1 of the tournament. Now, for St. Patrick's Day, the Rue Pub St. Patty's Day parties have become legendary. 7 years in a row, they make a block party. Rue Pub, right next door is the Angry Elephant. They'll put an outside stage. They'll have a live band. They'll have DJs and the games on inside, drink specials all day, starting at 11 o'clock. And, of course, the green beer is going to be flowing. The Rue Pub next to the Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Rue.
The General John McClain joins us when we continue. But first, this Sports Center update. We've been talking about it. Baseball is back. In fact, it's being reported that they've all come to an agreement, and it's just a matter of signing on the dotted line. But they tell us that's just a formality. So baseball is back. The Dallas Cowboys could be parting ways with offensive tackle Lael Collins. That's according to the NFL Network. In fact, they're having active discussions centered around him. He's due to make $10 million this upcoming season. We had some exciting college basketball today. Texas A&M Aggies beat Florida in the first round of the SEC tournament, 83-80. They did that in overtime. The game winner, 0.4 seconds. The Aggies move on. They will face Auburn tomorrow morning at 11, a game you can hear right here on San Antonio Sports Star. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Joe Reinagel.
My name is Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for 50 years. I went to school here. I graduated from law school here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after a serious injury or a fatality collision for more than 27 years. If you're in your car right now, chances are you're seeing an attorney billboard, and you'll probably see 3 or more of those on your commute today. How do you decide who to call? Who to trust? I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. I'm experienced. I have a long track record of success, and I run my firm like my father did for over 50 years of practicing law here. I believe that a personal, trusting relationship with my client matters. With my firm, I meet with you. I answer your questions. I handle your case. For many lawyers you see on the billboard, your case will not be handled by the attorney on that billboard. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. If you or your family needs an experienced attorney you can trust, an attorney that will personally handle all of the issues after a serious injury or fatality, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson, 900-0400, 210-900-0400, or my website, alawyer4us.com.
Kelley Blue Book is the one-stop shop for pricing, fixing, selling, and instant cash offering. Instant cash offer is exactly what it sounds like. An official offer to buy or trade your car. Woo-hoo! Just enter your VIN or license plate, answer a few questions about your car's history, and what kind of condition it's in. In minutes, you'll receive an offer to sell or trade your car that you can be sure is fair. Then choose a dealer to purchase your car and schedule a time to meet. For all of the its, KBB.com.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Okay, so we got the chorizo dumplings, the cucumber empanadas.
Zara's food truck is popping off.
Come on, guys, let's pick it up, all right?
But if she doesn't find a new chef, her truck will be stuck.
Carl quit this morning, so Jessica, I'm going to need you on the fryer.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, it's Rick. I'm at the Smith home. Where's Donnie?
Leaves and autumn bookings pile up for Rick's gutter cleaning service.
He's out? Come on.
He needs help before his bottom line gets clogged.
Okay, well, what about Cristiano? We still got 6 houses today.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Are you looking for a lighter meal option that doesn't skimp on flavor? If you are, get to Twin Peaks and grab our beer-battered fish and chips, featuring beer-battered haddock, house-made tartar, and malt vinegar for dipping and French fries on the side. Plus, on Fridays through the month of March, Twin Peaks can bring you fish and chips in a 22-ounce Miller Lite or a 22-ounce Coors Light and bundle it together for only $10. Visit one of our 3 San Antonio area locations today. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
Second it takes. The Blitz with Joe Reinagel and Jason Minix. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It is the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He is Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. According to Jeff Passan, owners have now ratified the new collective bargaining agreement. Baseball is officially back. I saw Bob Nightingale from USA Today say opening day would be April 7th. Season extended 3 days and then double headers to make up for the games that are missed. That's the latest on the baseball talks. Let's talk a lot of football because there's a lot of football news. But a guy that I know is happy that the Astros will be playing is our good friend John McClain from the Houston Chronicle. He joins us now. John, how's your Thursday?
My Thursday's going great, especially now that baseball is back. And, of course, I'm not crying at tears, too many tears for the Longhorns blowing that TCU game.
Dude, Longhorns totally wet the bed today. And what was weird, John, is I'm watching that. We're going back and forth in the studio because almost simultaneously you had the Aggies looking like they were about to wet the bed, but then they get the 3 with, 0.4 left. To win their game while the Longhorns blow an 18-point lead. March Madness.
Yeah, now Baylor, I'm just hoping they don't do the same thing to Oklahoma about an hour and a half from now.
Baylor's pretty good. I tell you what, I would put them in the mix to have a chance to win it all. So I don't think you have anything to worry about. Although college basketball is so much fun. Are you a big college basketball fan, John?
Absolutely.
I love it. Anything can happen there. I got to ask you this. A lot of, well, at least a couple of the quarterbacks have been taken care of. The Aaron Rodgers deal, a big one, obviously the biggest, and then Russell Wilson. Were you surprised about Russell Wilson moving from Seattle to Denver?
I sure was, because he had said multiple times he didn't want to be traded. Pete Carroll said at the Combine last week, it's not our intent to trade him. A lot of people read into that, well, make us an offer. And I was also surprised what they got for him. You know, the Texans had asked for 3 1s and 2 2s for Watson last season before the trading deadline on November 2nd. They were taking 3 1s, a 3, and a 5. And so you get Russell Wilson, who's going to be 34, 7 years older than Watson, and you get him for 2 1s, 2 2s, a 5, and 3 players. And it's like 3 1s because tight end Noah Fant is 24 years old. He was a number 1 pick last year, 3 years ago. And so he's like another number 1 pick. And so I think that was a great deal for Seattle. And they're hoping in Denver, of course, to win a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson. And he can play, if he wants to play up to at least 40, he can play another 6 years. And Aaron Rodgers is 39. He just got a 4-year deal. So guys are taking better care of themselves. The rules are designed to protect them, and they're cashing in at the bank. because everything they've done is to try to sell the quarterbacks. Open up the game for the quarterbacks, have the rules to protect them. And they're getting all the money. It's the biggest position on any team sport in the world. And I'm happy for those guys getting every bit of the money they can. And I'm waiting to see if Seattle, which also got a defensive lineman who's okay, Shelby, I think, I can't remember his last name, Price, and then Drew Lock, who's a backup quarterback. Seattle, with Pete Carroll turning 71 next season, that he's not in for a rebuild. There's no way he'd be coming here at 71 for what the Texans are going through, probably a 3-year rebuild. So Drew Lock is not going to be their starting quarterback going into next season. Either they have targeted a young guy they like with the pick that they acquired from Denver, 9th overall, say Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett, or I'm hoping that they now are in the Deshaun Watson sweepstakes.
Well, and that leads to the next question, where I was at. The Seattle now seems like a realistic option for Deshaun Watson. You read some reports that say, despite reading reports, Pittsburgh isn't in. And tomorrow is going to be a big day for Deshaun Watson. How quickly do you think we are going to hear back from the grand jury? Because that puts a real timeline on when we could see some movement with Watson.
Nobody has a clue how a grand jury is going to respond to an investigation. They've subpoenaed like 8 of the women. They're not going to interview all of them, I don't think, in one day. Nobody does anything on Friday. So some people are thinking, well, they'll know by Friday. I don't think so. I think they might know next week or 2 weeks. You just don't know. And there's a lot of people think, okay, say they don't indict him. They don't file charges. And so then next thing would be, okay, Houston police is out of it. So what does Roger Goodell do? The NFL's investigation has been predicated on the Houston police investigation. So would Goodell feel pressure to suspend him 2, 4, 6 games? Last year, when they were ready to trade him to Miami, and it all fell apart at the last minute because he couldn't get the 22 settlements, they were under the impression that Goodell would use the games he missed as punishment enough and let him play immediately for Miami whenever he was ready to play after he adjusted to the Dolphins system and players. So now, with everything going on with the Commanders and the continued investigation into them by Congress, and then all the things going on in Dallas, would Goodell feel pressure to suspend Watson for a few games just to flex his muscles so they wouldn't come under any more criticism than they already have? But the key then, say Goodell's not going to do it, or maybe it's going to be 2 games. What happens to the civil suits? I know Mike Florio on Pro Football Talk has been writing for the last 2 weeks. Multiple teams will make offers for him, even if he's got the 22 civil suits. Now, that's what the Texans are hoping for, obviously. Now, he was never going to Washington. I don't see Pittsburgh being in it. I just don't think that's the kind of organization. And plus, if you take picks from them, odds are they're going to be low. The place I'd like to trade him to, if I were the Texans, to Seattle for the 2 1s and 2 2s and a 5. And if they throw in tight end Noah Fant, of course. But Carolina, where Matt Rule is desperate to not get fired next season, and they have the 6th pick in the first round, then they don't pick again to the 4th. So you could take a 1 from them for 3 years, and next year get whatever else you could get from the Panthers. And if you had the 3rd and 6th picks in the first round this year, and you traded down with one of them, that's pretty good. And also, Charlotte is 200 miles from his hometown of Gainesville, Georgia. He loves to go to Atlanta and hang out with his best friend and quarterback guru, Quincy Avery. So, as opposed to being in Seattle, but if he were in Seattle and he was throwing to Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, tight end Noah Fant, and they re-signed running back Rashad Penny, who averaged 132 yards over the last 5 games, 165 over the last 2 games, second only Jonathan Taylor. My God, what kind of prolific offense would that be?
Yeah, that would be pretty special. Now, John, you're my fact checker, and you mentioned Carolina. And we've heard reports during all of this time that the Deshaun does not want to go to Carolina. Is that true or not?
He didn't want to go anywhere but to Miami. So the only one that I know he totally rejected because they were going to make an offer was Philadelphia. And I saw a report that he rejected Carolina. Well, he didn't specifically say, I won't go there. He rejected everybody but the Dolphins. And one reason he wanted to go to the Dolphins was there in South Florida. And he spends a lot of time down there. And, if you're making $35 million a year, you can get you a pretty nice place on the water with a pool, with privacy, and hanging out with stars and nobody else, not being bothered like you are here. So I don't know if they said, Chris Greer, their GM, said at the Combine, that door's closed. Doesn't mean it hadn't. What's he going to say? Yes, we still want him, which would be tampering. And so if you're Miami, you got Tua Tagovailoa, and he's been hurt every year, and you got a chance to get Deshaun Watson, I'm at least looking into it.
He is the General John McClain from the Houston Chronicle joining us here on the Blitz. John, can you make sense of the Carson Wentz trade to Washington, now Commander Carson, and what is the quarterback future for the Colts?
I've never seen a team that has a good team have a new quarterback for 5 consecutive years. Never. I'm not saying it hadn't been done. I just can't remember it. So what are they going to do? They're not going to trade for Watson, of course. I'm thinking they don't have their number one pick, and they're not going to need it, that they would be there along with Pittsburgh looking at Jimmy Garoppolo. If you play a rookie quarterback, then unless you're Bill Belichick and you got a great running game, a great defense, you're the greatest coach in history, you're probably not making the playoffs with a rookie quarterback, and especially with guys coming out this year. And so Wentz shows you that Washington is not sold on Taylor Heineke. And I first read this in Philadelphia 2 years ago. A guy did a story all off the record, anonymous, just ripping him up behind the scenes about being a bad teammate. Players didn't like him, didn't respect him. And then I read a thing by a longtime beat writer for The Athletic this week saying same things. And you'd think Frank Reich, who coached him in Philadelphia, would know that. So here's Frank Reich, who stuck his neck out for him, getting rid of him after one season. So does Washington think, okay, the problems he had in Philadelphia and Indianapolis, he's not going to have them here because we've got strong owner. No, they don't. We've got a strong head coach in Ron Rivera. Yes, they do. And that he's going to play for Ron Rivera. If he doesn't play the way they wanted with Frank Reich, why in the world would we think he's going to turn around and do that for Washington? Because Reich wanted him really bad, supported him, and his stats weren't that bad. And everybody said, well, he stunk it up in the last game against Jacksonville, and they didn't make the playoffs. Well, if they got rid of every player that stunk it up against Jacksonville, they wouldn't field the team.
Sometimes, and I want to say this, and this may sound foolish even saying it, as I'm thinking about it, a change of scenery is good for a player, although he had that in Indianapolis. But I'm kind of with you, John. I didn't think he was that bad with the Colts. And for them to ditch him after 1 year, there was a tweet yesterday, and I can't remember the guy's name, the linebacker, who was really upset by the fact that he's had 5 different quarterbacks in 5 years. I mean, at some point in time, you got to find somebody and give him a chance, don't you?
Well, that was Darius Leonard, Joe, and he wished him well and didn't have anything bad to say. Of course, guys are not going to on the record. And, they have a good defense. They got a great offensive line, great running game. Well, they don't want to start over and rebuild with a rookie, so they want a veteran. So maybe Jordan Love. Although Jordan Love hadn't done squat, and a few times he's played, he's 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and a 68 rating. But maybe Chris Ballard had him rated as a first-round pick, and he could get him for a lot less from the Packers. And then there's Jimmy Garoppolo. And I think right now, Jimmy Garoppolo with surgically repaired right shoulder looks better than just about anything else if you are indeed looking for a veteran quarterback and willing to make a trade. But what's going to cost? They've got these picks from the Commanders now that they could include in a package for Garoppolo. But to me, I'd give like a fourth for Garoppolo with a possibility of a 3, depending on how much he played. Because even though everybody said he'll be okay, when you're talking about a quarterback in his shoulder, you never know. It's not like a knee, because everybody comes back from a knee. But as someone who's had shoulder surgery, that is serious, and it takes a long time to come back. And that was not me throwing passes 50 yards.
That is the General John McClain from the Houston Chronicle. Make sure you're following John on Twitter at McClain_on_NFL. John, always appreciate the insight. We'll visit next week.
Jason, Joe, thank you guys very much. And remember, sick 'em Bears.
There you go. John McClain from the Houston Chronicle, as he does every Thursday here on the Blitz. Coming up in about 20 minutes, LeGarrette Blount, Super Bowl champion. He will join us. But next, it's Thursday. What's on Tap, brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint. If you've got an event this weekend, if you're in a band and you got a gig, you want us to talk about it, got a big garage sale, I don't care. You got something going on, let us know. What's on Tap? Coming up next here on the Blitz. Let me tell you about Dr. Mark Havercorn over at River City Oral Surgery. He is a medical doctor. He is an oral surgeon, and he specializes in all types of oral surgery. And one of the great things about River City Oral Surgery, it's a practice unlike any other. It's direct patient care. That means if you have dental insurance, they'll help you file a claim, but they won't take your insurance. Chances are prices are going to be less expensive, even if you have insurance, and certainly less expensive than a lot of the competitors out there. You know exactly what you're going to pay when you book your appointment, because all the prices are listed right on the website, rivercityoms.com. And that's everything from start to finish on those prices. Financing is available. If you are in need of dental implants, and when I say that, if you're missing teeth, a little embarrassed when you smile or laugh, implants look natural, they feel natural, they stay securely in place, and they're built to last a lifetime with proper care. And Dr. Mark Havercorn is an expert at this. Last year alone, he placed over 1,200 dental implants. His office is right here in San Antonio, over there on 1604 near I-10, basically across the highway from I-10. He lives here. Not one of those oral surgeons that flies in, does some surgery, then flies out. He's here all day, every day. It's what he does. Stop feeling embarrassed when you smile. Call River City Oral Surgery at 210-778-0002. Tell them Jason Minnick sent you for comfortable, natural-looking implants. River City Oral Surgery, 778-0002.
The most up-to-date tournament scores and news. We've got it for you, because we all get the madness in March. Listen for the latest. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
A lot of college basketball coming up this weekend, and of course the tournament is coming up next week. And you know, those games just seem a little more exciting if you have a little something on them. Well, I've got the place for you, BUSR.com. They have got everything you need there. Certainly a sports book that you can bet on anything. Plus they have a casino and a race book. You can play blackjack, roulette. In fact, they've got over 200 casino games. But how about this? For the time being, they've got a 100% deposit bonus, and that is exclusive for Sports Star listeners. It's really easy to register, really easy to get started. All you do is go to BUSR.com/SportsStar. Again, that is BUSR.com/SportsStar. You want some betting excitement? Then you need to go see BUSR.
Injuries happen, so if you twist, pull, pop, or snap something, you need Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Dr. Espinosa treats all non-surgical orthopedic injuries and has same-day and next-day availability. Telemedicine services are also available. There is no reason to be in pain. If you are hurting, visit Dr. David Espinosa at TSAOG Orthopedics. Learn more at TSAOG.com. That's TSAOG.com, or schedule your appointment by calling 210-804-5490. You can talk low carb all you want, but if you don't have a lineup of great tasting snacks behind you, you're not going to win the keto game. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds are high protein and low carb. Plus, they're low sugar, gluten-free, and naturally loaded in collagen. So it is a no-brainer. Get the bold flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB and online at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Southern Recipe pork rinds. Do you check your Google search results regularly? You should. People often get their first impression of you or your business online. Negative comments on the internet can impact your life and your livelihood. Take control of your online reputation. Get your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com. It may reveal negative posts from an ex-employee, upset patient or client, news article, legal issue, or even exposed personal information right there in your Google search results. Uncover what's lurking on the internet about you with reputationdefender.com's patented scan and get your free reputation report card. Or for immediate assistance with your reputation, call 800-401-6681. Our cutting-edge technology helps make your Google search results look their best. Call 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681. 800-401-6681. Or take the free scan at reputationdefender.com.
And now, a man's thoughts on San Antonio sports star. What were you thinking?
That escalated quickly.
This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It's Rob Thompson. Join Rudy J and I tomorrow morning from 7 till 10 on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It is the Blitz. You're on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. It's Thursday. You know what time it is.
The Blitz wants you to know what's on tap. Brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint.
It is time for What's on Tap, brought to you by Sam's Burger Joint. You got an event, you got a gig, tweet us at Joe Reinagel 210, at Jason Minix. We'll give you a little plug. Sam's Burger Joint tonight, they've got the C3 Big Night.
C3.
I don't know what that is.
Not sure.
Skyrocket's there tomorrow night.
Okay.
They always put on a fun show. Saturday night at Sam's Burger Joint, it's a U2 tribute band called Blood Red Sky.
I bet that's good.
I bet that's going to be real good.
It's going to be fun.
I bet that Sam's Burger Joint's going to have a Blitz feel, or maybe a San Antonio Sports Star feel.
It's going to be rocking, you're saying.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're all going to be down there. Reinegel's buying, so come hang.
That's right. You can each have a French fry.
There you go. On Sunday, the Simons Allison group's going to be down there for a full lineup in the great menu there at Sam's Burger Joint, although I prefer the tots, Reinagel, but samsburgerjoint.com.
Love Sam's Burger Joint. Looking forward to that. Thursday, a lot of stuff happening tonight elsewhere. Majestic Theater, you've got Chicago live in concert at the Majestic Theater. That'd be good. You can take your wife and make out. Hey, man, that was the band, I'm telling you.
Chicago was your makeout band?
Chicago or Bread, right? Those
really?
Are the go-to,
or are you going to go Air Supply next?
Maybe. Whatever it takes. Little River Band. I mean, let's go.
Man. The days in Alice, Texas. when they had bench seats in the car.
Don't knock bench seats.
I'm not.
Okay.
You know that some dad of daughters designed bucket seats for back seats.
Guarantee you. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's right.
Did. He sure did. Floor's Country Store has KJ Cares for Kids concert. Chris Young, Mitchell Tenpenny, and more. LOL Comedy Club, David A. Arnold is there. Green Hall, you've got Sean Pittman. The Aztec Theater, how about Dirty Honey and Mammoth? It's the Young Guns Tour, WBH.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
I don't know.
Not sure. Alamo Dome is the boys' state basketball championships. Again, Cole wins today. Charlotte McCombs.
Or Charlie. I think it's Charlene McCombs.
Charlene McCombs, Empire
Pledge.
Theater. Yeah. The Golden Girls show, a puppet parody.
What?
A puppet parody of the Golden Girls. That should be interesting.
What?
Dude, I don't know. And at the Vibes Event Center, it's Glass Jaw.
I just want to go back to the puppet parody with the Golden Girls, man.
Puppet parody.
That doesn't seem like that would be at the Empire Theater. I don't know. Swing Time Natty tweets in, the Dirty River Jazz Band is playing at NOLA Jazz at Esquire Tavern on the Riverwalk tonight from 8 to 11.
Nice.
Is Esquire back open? I guess it is.
Must be.
We tried going in there not long ago, and it was still closed.
Wow.
So I'm glad to see the Esquire is back open. the longest bar in San Antonio.
Is that right?
You ever been down there?
Nah,
The Esquire
never have.
downtown, right
No.
across from the Aztec?
Have not.
It's a fantastic
Nice,
bar.
yeah.
Absolutely. Good
Okay.
food down there, too. Tomorrow night, start everything at 4 o'clock with us out at Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar on Fredericksburg Road, the medical center location. It is the Ryan Eagle Return to Radio Party. We're going to cut ties. We're going to give away all kinds of stuff. Kevin Hart tickets, Taste of the Northside tickets. A famous NFL wide receiver may or may not show up. He's been hard to contact.
And then we'll stick around after that.
We are going to stick
Party with
around
you.
after that, for sure. So you've got Chicago on one night. Well, Chicago is tonight at the Majestic. Tomorrow night at the Majestic, the Temptations and the Four Tops.
Nice.
Quite a weekend at the Majestic. Basketball tournament going on all weekend at the Aztec, Santa Fe Clan, and the Sea Can. I have no idea. No idea. David Arnold still at LOL. Roger Krager out at Green Hall, and Joshua Ray Walker out at Floors Country Store. If you're Texas country, you got 3 names in your band, you're probably pretty good.
You're pretty good, I guarantee you.
And then the Spurs and Jazz at the AT&T Center.
If you want to see Roger Krieger, you need to go tonight, because tomorrow night at Green Hall, he's sold out, unless you can find a buddy with a ticket. At the Majestic, you've got Jose Maria Napoleon. Don't know. Floors Country Store is William Clark Green. At the LOL Comedy Club, Christina Kuzmic, the Hope and Humor Tour. Of course, boys basketball at the Alamo Dome. Spurs, Pacers, Saturday night at the AT&T Center. You got some soccer going on, too, at Toyota Field. San Antonio FC taking on Detroit City FC.
I guess it's soccer season, huh?
It must be.
All right, Sunday out at Green Hall, the Jason James Band is going to be out there. The Majestic on Sunday night, Bob Dylan, Rough and Rowdy Ways Tour.
Wow.
LOL has Francisco Ramos. And at the Alsper Shrine Center, now this one's kind of interesting because it's a day event, a benefit for a guy named Chris Bird, who's one of the lead singers of Finding Friday, which is, for my money, one of the best local bands in town. There's, like, if I see Finding Fridays playing somewhere, the E7 band or Passing Strangers, chances are I'm going to try to go over there. Well, Chris Bird, I've been watching this guy perform for years. Party band, they're a lot of fun. He's in the hospital, some complications from surgery. And like a lot of musicians, without insurance. So they're doing a fundraiser for Chris Bird. It's on Sunday from 1 to 7:30 there at Alsper Shrine. There'll be food, family, raffles, all kinds of stuff. And, of course, a lot of live music with Velvet, RNS. RNS is pretty good, by the way.
Yeah.
In fact, they're playing next week out at 1911 Cigars. Rob Carpenter, Billy Ray Shepard, Alan Hendrickson's going to be playing, and of course Finding Friday will be out there as well. But all raising money for Chris Bird as he deals with some medical issues.
Well, and God bless him. We're praying for Chris Bird for sure. Hey, Monday night, a lot going on next Monday. At Green Hall, you got Brett Graham, the Majestic, Bob Dylan again, the Rough and Rowdy Ways Tour. Spurs play on Monday night at the AT&T Center, a tough one against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and then Teachers Gone Bad at the LOL Comedy Club on Monday. That might be fun to watch.
Yeah, that would, Tuesday out at Green Hall, 2 Tons Tuesday. They're having their spring break show. Chad Daniels is at LOL Comedy Club on Tuesday. And, man, there's stuff on Wednesday, too.
I know. You got to love that. The Georges out of Green Hall. Peppa's Pig Adventure, or Peppa Pig's Adventures. I've heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
The Comedy Club, Revolver Comedy with Raul Sanchez, and Freeman Coliseum. You've got the AEW Dynamite Rampage.
Is that wrestling?
That sounds like wrestling, doesn't it? And Spurs and Thunder play on Wednesday night as well. Now,
now next Thursday, so we generally do this, Thursday to next Wednesday.
Right.
The next Thursday is St. Patrick's Day.
It is.
So you got to plan ahead for that. And, of course,
you do
the tournament. But the Rue Pub always has their big St. Patrick's Day event going on.
I bet it's a blast out there.
It is. Did the music stop? Are we done? Did we go too long? Did you turn it off? Are you done? What are we doing, Edwin?
Done.
It just ended that abruptly. I don't know that I've ever heard the end of the music.
That was my bad. Rookie mistake.
It's all right. You only got so many of those.
Down to the minors.
That'll do it for What's on Tap, brought to you by our friends at Sam's Burger Joint. Online, samsburgerjoint.com. We got a Super Bowl champ, LeGarrette Blount, will join us next year on the Blitz.
Looking forward to that for sure. LeGarrette Blount is going to be a lot of fun to talk to, because he was a lot of fun to talk to on Super Bowl Radio Row.
Yep.
A lot of fun. Hey, these folks are fun to talk to as well, Jason. Stevens Roofing. In fact, they're amazing to talk to. You walk in that building and they treat you like family. They treat you very special. And it wasn't just me. When I had a chance to go down there, it's everybody that walks in there. They're just good people. It's a family-owned business. It's a local business. It's not a fly-by-night operation that you see sometimes when you have a hailstorm or something like that. They're here. They've been here for a long time. They're going to be here for a long time. In fact, they're licensed by the city of San Antonio, and they can do it all, no matter what the job you need. Commercial, residential, metal, composition. Going to give you free estimates. Financing is available, and the best part of it is if you have an insurance claim, they're going to work with your insurance company. Let them take care of that for you. They're going to do the work, and they're going to guarantee it in writing, and then they're going to stand behind that work. So here's what I want you to do. Give them a call, 210-785-0994, or you can go to stevensroofing.net. Just don't forget, Stevens Roofing is your local roofer.
For some teams, it's their last chance to dance. It's conference tournament time.
Fade away three, go!
And the NCAA selection committee is watching. It's do or die ball all the way to the NCAA title game.
Unbelievable!
And we've got the matchups you gotta hear. San Antonio Sports Star.
Oh, punch it down for two!
ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Hi, it's Rudy J. I'm here with my lawyer, Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm. Jason, as I'm riding around the city, I notice your nice billboards. They look good, but
I have a couple out there trying to keep up with the competition, I guess.
They look good. Now, I get in a car accident. Am I going to be talking to you? I don't want to talk to some guy that works for you. I want to talk to the guy that's on the billboard.
No, I know. And you know that you talk to me, but
Yes.
you have, you and I have been friends for a long time, and I've represented you for a long time. But that relationship that you and I have is the relationship I have with a lot of my clients. And I think you're recognizing something that I don't know if everybody knows, that the face on the billboard for that firm might not be the lawyer that you actually get to talk to. That's not true with me, as you know.
Right.
If you call 900-0400, my office number, and you have a question about your case, you're going to talk to me. I'm the lawyer on the billboard, but I'm the lawyer that will handle your case.
Call 210-900-0400, 210-900-0400, or a lawyerforus.com.
Thank you, Rudy.
Things were a lot different in 1948. That's the year my grandfather opened the first Ewald equipment dealership. Since then, there have been a lot of changes, but one thing that hasn't changed are the Ewald family values. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. As the largest Kubota dealership in the U.S., we know a thing or two about the Kubota products we sell. Plus, after you buy your new Kubota, we'll take care of the maintenance for you to make your life easier. So come by one of our locations to find those old-fashioned family values from the Ewald family and Kubota.
The St. Patty's Day parties at the Roo Pub are legendary, and this year it will be the biggest St. Patrick's Day party ever. With the green beer flowing, it will be an all-day block party with all-day drink specials, live music on the outdoor stage, and DJs and college hoops inside at both the Roo Pub and next door at the Angry Elephant. It's a block party for the biggest St. Patty's Day party ever, Part 7, at the Roo Pub and Angry Elephant, 281 and Redland Road. It's a St. Patty's Day party, so we'll see you at the Roo.
Hi, it's Rick. I'm at the Smith home. Where's Donnie?
Leaves and autumn bookings pile up for Rick's gutter cleaning service.
He's out? Come on.
He needs help before his bottom line gets clogged.
Okay, well, what about Cristiano? We still got 6 houses today.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. Joe Reinagle, Jason Minix, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix.
It's Friday Eve.
Friday Eve. Good. Is that what it is?
It is.
Hour to go in the show. You're already thinking about the next day?
Friday Eve. I've been looking forward to this Slackers event ever since you guys told me about it last week. It's going to be a blast down there tomorrow.
It is. Make sure you join us. Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar tomorrow, 4 to 7 for the Reinagel return to radio party. It's the Slackers location on Fredericksburg Road, which is their medical center location. It's going to be a lot of fun. Lots to get into with baseball being back, and kind of a funny story that we'll get into in a bit. Jeff Passan, of all days, his Twitter got hacked today. Or at least that's what he's claiming.
Uh-oh.
Hacked! I was hacked.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. But every Thursday about this time, we give away a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. We call it Grilling with the Blitz.
Grilling with the Blitz, brought to you by Tri-County Meat Market.
So what we do every week is we judge meat. We ask you to take photos of the great meat on your grill, upload it at sasportstar.com. Joe judges your meat. I judge your meat, and then we decide who's got the best looking meat, and we give you a $50 gift card.
Man, did we do all that, really? Yeah. Wow. The meat on the grill is what we do.
Yes. What were you thinking?
Nothing. The meat on the grill. I'm looking at a great picture right here because I'm going to tell you, today was difficult. It's always difficult
because it makes you hungry. First off,
well, I am, and then looking at the picture of the winner here, I'm really hungry.
Art submitted a photo: beef kebabs with some jalapeno cheese, pork sausage links, and he's got his entire grill surface covered. There's a lot of food on that grill.
Art's either really hungry or he's got a lot of folks over.
He's got a lot of folks over, and I'm guessing the sausage links are there for those that don't want all the veggies.
Well, there's meat on those kebabs as well. It looks like
of course,
some beef, right?
Some cubed beef, absolutely.
Oh, since it's called beef kebabs.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm a little slow.
Well, and I'm looking at those, wondering if he cut all those up, or did he buy prepackaged kebabs and just throw them out there? Either way, they look good, and the sausage looks good. The photo looks good. You win yourself a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. If you're doing some grilling this weekend, it's easy. You just take a photo, you upload it at sasportstar.com, and Reinagel will judge your meat.
I will judge your meat for sure.
And, it's
I'm
nice
a harsh judge.
Because, and I've known Joe for 30 years. I know you grill a lot, but you're in the process of redoing your backyard, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And we were talking earlier today. Don't wait to get your Traeger. Just go get it now. It's got wheels.
I'm going to have to.
I say get your grill and then build everything around
the grill,
as opposed to waiting until all the other things get done and then you get your grill.
Well, I was asking you the question because the main reason I didn't want to do it was because of the smoke underneath the patio on the ceiling there. Because a charcoal grill, I dealt with that for years. You get that black smoke, soot, whatever it is.
Sure.
And you got to get the power washer out to wash that thing. So I was asking you, and you say the Traeger doesn't do that.
I don't have that issue at my house.
Okay.
And it's underneath the covered patio.
Okay.
So I think
that's my biggest concern. So that's why I was waiting.
If that's your biggest concern, I would look at that black stuff on your wall as a badge of honor.
Badge of honor.
A sense of pride of the amount of great food that has been cooked on that machine.
Well, I would look at it as a badge of honor. I'm not sure how Maggie would look at it.
So you would just have to explain to her that that's a badge of honor.
Yeah, well, okay.
Or give her a power washer.
Yeah. So
neither of those work. That's strike two.
So that's why I asked you, does it do that? Because if it does that, I'll probably wait. If it doesn't,
well, where are you going to put it? In the middle of your backyard, away from it, no walls?
No, there's going to be a special place for it in the backyard with a little cover over it. I got this all planned out. It's all drawn out, planned out. So the idea is to have a very mini little outdoor kitchen kind of thing.
Oh, I'm with you.
See? So the Traeger would be the star of that particular show.
I think you're going to be fine. But
Yeah.
I think you should go ahead and get it and start practicing.
So, okay. I guess I could roll it out, right? I mean, I can always do that.
It's not permanent.
It's not?
It's not.
It does have wheels.
It has wheels.
Okay, well, then there you go.
I know some people that literally pack up their Traeger and carry it down to the Alamo Dome for UTSA tailgate.
What?
You see all kinds of smokers down there.
I don't blame them. You know, what I love about the folks that go down to UTSA and do the whole tailgate, they take that day very seriously. And I love that. As you should. I mean, you're paying for that spot. So you might as well go down there, have some fun, have some great food, and do it right.
Eat well. That is the key. All right. So now we get extended. Last segment, we ran out of music. This one, we get way too much music.
He wasn't going to turn it off until you said something.
Exactly. Although I'm talking to Edwin, but he's talking to LeGarrette Blount. So the 3-time Super Bowl champion will join us here in a bit. But congrats, Art. You win yourself the $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. Wonder if LeGarrette Blount, 3-time Super Bowl champion, is a big-time griller. If he does some good outdoor cooking. LeGarrette Blount, welcome on to the Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. I know we met at the Super Bowl in Los Angeles, but over the phone just to make sure you know who's who.
Right.
No.
How y'all doing, man? I appreciate it, man. Thank y'all for having me on.
Oh, appreciate you taking the time. Do you do any outdoor grilling, outdoor smoking?
Nah, no, I'm not big on the grilling. But I do eat it though.
Of course.
So what is your favorite, LeGarrette? If you had a favorite, if somebody was grilling and you had a say so in what was grilled, what would it be?
I gotta say a steak.
There you go.
Yeah.
I know that's generic, but I mean, you can't. If somebody's grilling and you have a choice and you can only choose one thing, you're gonna for sure choose that.
Are you how do you like it cooked? Are you a medium rare kind of guy, or are you more of a well done?
No, I'm more of a medium well. I like a little bit of pink. I can't do the medium rare. I've seen it a few different times. Oh nah.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad you didn't say well done, because nobody wants to eat shoe leather, that's for sure. So I'm glad you didn't go well done. Little pink is fine, just not bloody.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I say when I order it too. A little bit of pink, not just no blood.
There you go. 3-time Super Bowl champion LeGarrette Blount joining us here on the Blitz. Lots of things to talk about with you, LeGarrette. Let's start with the business side of football. A crazy couple of days in the NFL. What's it like as a player when either you're going through it or you see a teammate that just gets cut in a salary cap move, or, the different movement that we've seen? What's it like on the group text message with all your other teammates?
Man, it's crazy because you especially if it's somebody that you least expect, to be gone. It's crazy, and it's Rocky.
Just makes the dogs bark, man. Rocky does not like player movement.
Man, what Rocky got going on, man? I'm trying to get away.
of a football team.
He's a great guy as a teammate, as a personal, just as a person in general. Man, he's a great dude. He's a great person. You know, I don't have anything bad to say about him. I've had nothing but great experiences with him on and off the football field. You know, you get what you know. Sometimes you see the guys in the movies, and it's always like a backstory, like, oh, he was never always like that. You know what I'm saying? So. He's one of the ones that's always been like that. You know, I don't think he ever changed.
So obviously Tom Brady, great teammate. When you hear stuff from the locker room about Carson Wentz in Philadelphia, 1 year in Indianapolis, and then he gets traded, are there just guys in the locker room that people just don't like?
Yes, I do think there are guys in the locker room that people just don't like. However, I don't know if Carson is one of those guys, because I know a lot of people that he liked. I mean, he and I know a lot of people that liked him. You know, but obviously some people have their personality could rub someone the wrong way, not really, you know, their words. You know what I'm saying? So how you act towards someone versus what you say to them, you know, like that's different. So I feel like some people do have those characteristics that could rub people the wrong way. You know, where how you carry yourself, you know, can come off kind of egotistical or you know, arrogant. But then if they talk to you, you know, if they sit down and talk to you, you might not be that bad. You know, so I think that's where that comes in.
You know, Garrett, when you look at it, and we obviously Aaron Rodgers signed this massive extension deal, whatever you want to call it. It's just unbelievable. Do you ever sit back and look at the salaries and the money that's in the NFL and just say, what in the world is going on? I mean, it just seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Man, the NFL is generating a lot of money. You know, so they're able to do things like that. You know, I feel like low key they've been able to do it, but you know, now it's in higher demand now, because guys are starting to know that you know, you can actually go out here and these basketball type contracts. You know, if you're a quarterback, you can get those. You know, if you're a receiver or whatever, you can go out there and get these, you know, these $30 million a year type deals. Like, they know that they can go get that, and these guys know their worth, you know, so now they're holding all these teams accountable for, you know, for that, you know, pay for my services.
Exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. Three-time Super Bowl champion LeGarrette Blount joining us here on the Blitz. Great running back in the NFL. When you're watching the runners today, and I say Derrick Henry, most people say he's the best running, but who in your mind are the top 5 running backs in the league today?
My top 5 backs, Derrick Henry, definitely one of them. So you talking about in order?
Nah, anyway.
Sure. In order, if you can go in order, but if not, you know, just 5 and we'll debate.
I don't know if I can go in order, but I mean, I got like, so I'm gonna say Henry. I'm gonna say Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara, I mean, I guess.
So you're telling me there's really 3?
Are we talking about this year? Or are we talking about all together? Because some of the good guys got hurt. You know.
You know, I mean, I'm not really putting rules on this. I'm just trying to see what your thoughts are on Zeke Elliott, to be honest.
Zeke ain't no top 5 back right now, but he ain't. He definitely not the worst back in the league. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's a top 5 back, but I do think he's still a good back. But man, I think that knee was bothering him.
When you look at Zeke, who dealt with knee injuries, and the year before he had COVID and offensive line issues, when you're watching the game from a running back position, and say you're watching a Cowboys game, and their offensive line, which graded out extremely well when you watch or look at the grades from like Pro Football Focus. But when you're watching the games, no holes, Dak with no time. Should we be mad at the line or mad at Zeke when, it feels like break one, get a 20-yard run, do something like that?
I mean, if you got it, I mean, you can't be mad at the line or Zeke. You know what I'm saying? You got to, as a coach, you got to go put somebody else in. All right, well, I got to go put Pollard in. Zeke running around with the big knee brace on, that's kind of holding him back. I seen him break a run, probably either last week of the season or the week before. Did they make the playoffs?
Yeah, they lost to San Francisco in the first round.
Okay, so maybe it was in the playoffs. I seen him break a run to the left side and then kind of like cut it up, and I'm like, oh, I'm looking for that Zeke burst that will get. He has that second gear, like, and he didn't have it, So I mean I think the knee was bothering him a little bit more than what we know. But I think Pollard. I think you put Pollard in if he's not doing it. I think you put Pollard in, and to see how it goes. But you can't fault Zeke or the O-line if the O-line is doing good. You can't fault him because the knee hurt him, but he's trying to play through it.
Well, that's a good question, LeGarrette, because you were a tough runner. I mean, you were a hard-nosed guy, and nobody wanted to get in front of you, man. I mean, you ran downhill, and if somebody got in your way, you're going to knock them out. When it comes to the NFL and injuries, and everybody gets injured, some are worse than others. But as a player, when do you say, "Man, I just can't do it," or "I think I can get through it"? I mean, is that a tough decision, game by game?
I'm sorry, you guys told me that. You got to answer that one more time.
Yeah. No problem. Well, we're talking about your running style, and you were a tough runner. And I know that there were times that you played with some minor dings. And a lot of players do that. So how do you make that decision game by game, whether you think this is an injury that I just can't play through today, or one that says, I think I can give it a go?
That's tough to determine. You kind of get a feel for it throughout the week. By Sunday morning, you know what I'm saying? If I could fight through it, if I could give you like some, or you know what I'm saying, like by then. But during the week, if it's not feeling good during the week, man, it's a high chance that you probably shouldn't go out there, because it's a physical game, man, and you guys watch the game, so you know how physical this game can get, man. So if you're not comfortable, but I mean, for me personally, I just waited and see how I felt the day of, and if I didn't feel good, it's not often that I didn't feel good. So I'm gonna just say that.
I was gonna say, I mean, even when you don't feel good, you feel good. In fact, I remember you're walking around Radio Row in LA with the LG's Feel Good gear on, because if you're dealing with injuries, LG can help you feel good with your new business.
Yes, sir. It can definitely help you feel good with the new business, man. Hey, my CBD company is the best in the country, man, hands down. I feel like, come on, bro. It's the best in the country, and I think that the pain patches, the salves, and the rollerball are second to none. My gummies and my salves are second to none. My salve is for people that have any kind of bad sleeping patterns or any kind of problem sleeping or anything like that. And that's a personal favorite of mine, because I've always dealt with sleeping problems. I've never been a sleep pill taker. I've never been, anybody like, because I just don't like taking pills. I never have. That was just a thing for me. And as far as my anxiety drops, I mean, that's just for mental health in general. If you can control your anxiety and you can control, when you have these, minor freakouts or whatever, then that's huge. And that's another thing that was big for me, was that the fact that I had something that I can use to control that now.
And the website, lgsfeelgood.com. 3-time Super Bowl champion LeGarrette Blount. Get back to the kids and the dog, man. Appreciate you taking some time with us. This is a fun conversation.
I appreciate it, man. The wifey just got a new car as y'all called, like at the same exact time. So I'm trying to chase around the 4-year-old. I'm trying to chase around a 1.5-year-old dog, man. It's crazy around here.
You're still running, LeGarrette. Still running.
Life is good.
Well,
LG's.
Stay safe. I'm good, man. I probably can go over there and give them 5 carries on the goal line in the game.
Man, some teams might need just 5 carries on the goal line. You only get 4, but we'll take it. LeGarrette Blount, man, always appreciate it. We'll catch up soon.
Thank you, guys, man. I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate it. LeGarrette Blount, 3-time Super Bowl champion. Always fun catching up with LeGarrette Blount. If you are going to do some grilling this weekend, make sure you got the best sausage on that grill. That is Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Their great sausage, which is available at grocery stores everywhere. Whether you're, just trying to make a great sausage wrap, put it on a bun, chop it up, cut it up, and use it with some pasta or some gumbo, whatever it is, you want the best, and that is Kielbasa. That started right here in San Antonio back in 1949. Get your cold beverage, fire up the grill, watch the basketball games, and make sure you go get yourself some Kielbasa today.
Yeah, we're going to talk about those basketball games and how you can get in on the action. That's coming up after the Sports Center update. It is official now. Baseball is back. Earlier today, the Players Union and the owners, they reached an agreement. It has been ratified. They will play baseball. In fact, the teams will begin meeting this weekend for spring training. How about the Dallas Cowboys? They look like they're trying to dangle offensive tackle Lael Collins out to some other teams in the league. That's according to the NFL Network. In fact, they're having active discussions centered around him. Collins due to make about $10 million this upcoming season. And the San Antonio Spurs, well, they still need that win for Pop. They'll have another opportunity to get that done tomorrow night when they play host to the Utah Jazz. Aggies win today, Horns lose. I'm Joe Reinagle for San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, San Antonio Sports Star listeners, this is Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Thanks to fans like you, you can now buy Kielbasa products just about everywhere. We hope you continue to enjoy our handcrafted, small batch smoked meats because we sure enjoy making them for you. So grab some today and let me know what you think. My number's on the back of every pack. Right by my promise that if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back. Find Kielbasa at a store near you today.
You can talk low carb all you want, but if you don't have a lineup of great tasting snacks behind you, you're not going to win the keto game. Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds are high protein and low carb. Plus, they're low sugar, gluten-free, and naturally loaded in collagen. So it is a no-brainer. Get the bold flavors of Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at H-E-B and online at southernrecipesmallbatch.com.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Guys, stop what you're doing. Give me a few seconds of your time and let me give you a piece of advice that will change your love life forever. Have you noticed you've been losing a little pep in your step? Has your lady friend asked you, is everything okay? Do you find yourself having trouble rising for the occasion? Do you stress out before that special moment and wonder, is it gonna work? Guys, I'm gonna let you in on a big secret. You don't ever have to worry again. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula has you covered. Mojo is the 100% guaranteed male enhancement formula that guarantees lasting success, if you know what I mean. The Mojo Male Enhancement Formula is safe, natural, and effective every single time, guaranteed. Mojo is available in a fast-acting spray and a quick-action capsule. Do yourself and her a favor and call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today. They'll get you set up for success. Call 210-494-2210. That number again is 210-494-2210. Mojo Male Enhancement, only available at Pure Line Nutrition.
Get the last water softener you'll ever own and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE Kinetico.
Visit KineticoSA.com.
Searching for fun ways to spend your tax return? Boats for cats. Oh, flotation devices for cats. Don't waste it all on something silly. Spend smarter with Straight Talk. Get our Silver Unlimited plan for $45 a month with unlimited high-speed data and 5 gigs of hotspot data on the nation's largest, most dependable networks with nationwide 5G. If you're looking to get the most out of your refund, your search ends here. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart and Walmart.com. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Hi, I'm Joe Reinagle. San Antonio Sports Star has welcomed me back with open arms, and we are throwing a party. Join me and Jason Minix tomorrow for my return to radio party as we broadcast the Blitz live from Slackers Medical Center.
Let's have some fun and shred those ties, Joe.
That's the plan. Join us tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m. at Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar Medical Center for my return to radio party. You could win Kevin Hart tickets or tickets to Taste of the North Side.
Get ready to tee off with the BBB. Better Business Bureau of San Antonio is hosting its second annual Top Golf Tournament Thursday, March 24th at Top Golf San Antonio. Enjoy friendly competition, lunch and silent auction, business networking, and raise critical funds for the BBB Education Foundation. Team registration and details at bbb.org. Thanks to the following sponsors for making it happen: Ancira Auto Group, Baird Foundation Repair, Ahia, Bluebonnet Roofing and Remodeling, 1027 Jack FM, and San Antonio Sports Star.
This is The Blitz with Joe Reinagle and Jason Minix. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
It is The Blitz here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250, 103.3 FM. Conference tournaments already underway. Longhorns blow an 18-point lead to TCU. They crapped the bed.
Unbelievable.
I still can't believe Texas lost that game. A&M wins in overtime at the buzzer, 83-80 over Florida. These games are a lot of fun when you got some scratch in the game. That's why we always want to talk with Drew White from BUSR. Drew, I imagine you've got TVs all over the place trying to keep up with every game.
Oh, my God. It's the best time of year. Let me tell you, it gets no better than this specific week heading into March Madness. It's upset city. The games, you never know what's going to happen. Let's be real. Let's just go back again. Last week, we thought Coach K was going to exit with a blowout win against UNC. There was a massive upset there. Then we're talking Texas hoops today with TCU. With the results that I'm looking at, Texas actually could have 8 schools in the big dance. It depends on how a couple more chips fall, but it is such an exciting time.
It is an exciting time, and you just never know. And it seems like, Drew, that there's a lot of parity in college basketball, which I would think would make it difficult to figure out game by game who you might want to put a little something on. I mean, you got any advice that you can help us out with?
Absolutely. So a couple things. I took so many notes for this week's show because I'm really excited about it. 2 things, just to let you know, the liability with BUSR is huge on Tennessee, as I mentioned last week, and Baylor. We're getting a lot of action coming in on Baylor recently. Having said that, if you really take a look at the landscape of March Madness and sports overall, it doesn't have to be college hoops, but we have a bunch of things going on. Let's dig into college hoops. Cinderella's dancing. Let's be real. Anything's possible in March Madness, but if you factor in C19, which we're not going to focus on, but that's a whole different monkey wrench. Anything's possible at any given day with any of these sporting events. So I personally am suggesting to not go with the chalk like Gonzaga or maybe even Auburn, some of the bigger schools, but actually look at the mid-majors and take some flyers, take some chances on some of the dogs. Like, honestly, I wouldn't be backing TCU, but Texas, absolutely. Despite what happened today, no problem, because we never know. These are student athletes, and at any given day, they can have any kind of performance that can impact March Madness. It's March Madness for a reason. It's not like the clear-cut number 1 seeds are going to all advance, and certainly they're not going to win all the games.
And they're not, but, it's hard. Like, although, Baylor is losing right now to Oklahoma first half, it's 20-16, and I thought Baylor would just roll Oklahoma out the door. And you look at, you bring up Auburn. They're a 1 seed. Texas A&M, a bubble team as we sit right now. Thrilling win today over Florida. They draw Auburn tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. in a game that you can listen to right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Auburn destroyed at Texas A&M in the regular season. They won that game 75-58, and it wasn't even that close. I haven't looked to see what the line is for tomorrow, but coming off of a thrilling win today, how much would that impact or influence the betting the line for tomorrow's game against Auburn?
Yeah, so it all goes down to motivation. Does Auburn want to win the tournament, the SEC, or do they just want to, kind of just go through the motions? There are so many different layers to handicapping, specifically the conference tournaments, because let's be real, Auburn's already in no matter what. They're going to be a 1 seed. Let's be real. That's the way that is. So A&M or schools that haven't quite punched their ticket yet, their motivation is completely different than some of these other teams. And bear in mind this also. So maybe Auburn does want to win it. Who knows? But let's say that maybe they don't give it their best effort. Like Baylor is a prime example right now as we're talking. What happens is, these guys, they may have their eye on the bigger prize is March Madness. And if they go out in the first, second, third, won't be first round. If they go out in the second or third round, that gives them a couple extra days to rest up and charge the batteries. Because even though let's say they're going to be a number 1 seed and play 16, hey, 16 seeds, eventually they've got to beat a number 1 seed eventually too. So there's nothing wrong with the motivation. It's not always to win the conference tournament and March Madness. Many times you would be surprised they don't have their A game, and Baylor's living proof of it right now.
That's a good point. I don't think I've certainly have never thought about that some of these big schools and they've already punched their ticket. They're in the dance, and these little schools really have all the motivation in the world to get that done. So when you're looking at something like that and you're taking a look at it and you want to put something down, if say a Texas A&M, and I'm just throwing this out, I don't know what the line is a 12-point dog, I'm feeling pretty decent about that heading into tomorrow's game. Would I be right about that?
Yeah, so of course I don't give out advice.
Right.
All my years of experience, yes, that's exactly what I would be leaning. Because remember, when you're taking the points, you're betting on the underdog. Let's say A&M plus 12. You have two ways to win. One, they can win the game straight up, and perhaps they could, or two, they can lose by 11 or less. So the underdog most times is where sharp money comes in when the price is right. And I believe in that case tomorrow. If I were to be looking at that game closer, and after this conversation I will, I would certainly be taking the points. Because another thing is, as let's say A&M, they win today, but hey, if they win today, why can't they win tomorrow? They start to get that puncher's hope, like, why not? Why not us? Why not? And we've seen that play over and over in tournaments and March Madness throughout the years.
Absolutely. Drew Wright joining us here on the Blitz. He's with BUSR. Go to BUSR.com/sportstar. Set up an account. You get 100% deposit bonus. So a little extra you could play with, whether it's for this weekend's game or you're going to wait till next Thursday when the tournament gets in full swing. You want to play some college basketball, but I got to ask you about some NFL news. The movement that we've seen already, Aaron Rodgers deciding to stay in Green Bay, Russell Wilson getting traded to the Denver Broncos. Not that Carson Wentz ending up in Washington and becoming Commander Carson is going to move many people's needles. But what is the movement that we did see mainly with Green Bay keeping Aaron Rodgers and Russ ending up in Denver? What has that done to the early NFL lines for next season?
Yeah, so we can touch on Green Bay first. It's the easier one to tackle. Green Bay, my take on that was he was always going to stay there because he, let's be real, when he was being tutored, or he actually wasn't by Favre, that relationship wasn't the best. He had to figure that out on his own, and he is a lifer there. Like he loves it there. He's a perfect fit in Green Bay. I honestly did not see him going anywhere. He basically runs that show. He's the head coach. He's the quarterback. He makes all the decisions. No one's going to tell him what to do. So that's the way I look at that one. Green Bay is the clear-cut favorite for the NFC North for sure. You always have some also rans, like Minnesota always can't quite get there, and I don't expect them to this year again. Certainly not with their quarterback situation. And then poor Detroit, we know how that goes. So Green Bay, yeah, it's just the way it is. So having said that, that's it. Now the Broncos move kind of shocked me a little bit. I did not see that happening at all. Denver, they clearly are in a rebuilding format. And Russell Wilson brings the talent and the winning. Like that guy was a winner at Wisconsin, a winner at North Carolina State. He's a winner. That's just the way he is. So I like that move a lot, and that totally deflates Seattle. Again, I won't spend much time on Seattle. I will switch gears to Carson Wentz. He, when he was at North Dakota State, great quarterback, super talented. incredible. And then he hit some hurdles after his first or second year. I believe he did really well. And then he hit some hurdles, and he's been in the news, maybe not for the best things recently. This is a breath of fresh air for him. It's an opportunity to be a number one quarterback for a fledgling team again, who has a good defense. Washington has a good defense, but they need a real leader under the center, amongst other issues they have in the offense, which I won't get into. But I think it's a great opportunity for Carson. However, if this one doesn't pan out, I don't see him bouncing around again, other than to hold a clipboard for somebody else.
Yeah, his last chance to be a starter for sure. Drew White, BUSR, BUSR.com/sportstar. Always appreciate the insight, Drew. We'll visit next week.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a great week, and go Texas.
There you go. BUSR.com/sportstar. Again, 100% deposit bonus when you sign up with your account over there at BUSR.
By the way, the Aggies are a 12-point dog tomorrow against Auburn. Just saying, that's what it is right now. So I don't know. How would you feel about Aggies plus 12?
Auburn.
I don't know. You know, Drew kind of told me something there that made me think. And Auburn's going. They're going. They're probably going to be a number one seed no matter what they do in this conference tournament. And they got nothing to play for.
Seeding. The seeding. I mean, when you say, well, if they want to win, yes, they want to win.
Well, of course
right?
they do.
They want to win.
But I'm saying they're probably going to be a number one seed anyway.
If they get bounced early, maybe not. You know, and being a 1 seed versus a 2 is there. I mean, they should show up at the gym tomorrow and beat the Aggies with no problem.
They should.
It's 11 a.m. Get a good breakfast in, work up a little bit of a sweat.
But do they beat them by more than 12?
I just look at playing overtime the day before. You're exhausted. And they look like
These kids are 18 years old.
They were shut up.
They're not exhausted.
They played overtime today while Auburn was watching. That's what I'm saying.
I got you. I understand.
And they look like a team that was running out of gas. And it was a physical game too.
I'm starting to drink the Aggie Kool-Aid here, though. You know, they go in. What Monaco say? They've won 5 straight.
They have won 5 straight, but they also lost 8 straight after Monaco was on the Blitz.
So maybe that's the deal right there. Take Auburn tomorrow.
I mean, you want some insider tips. Now, as you start to drink the Aggie Kool-Aid, the biggest Aggie on this radio station, his name is Rob Thompson.
Right.
And Rob Thompson has a theory. When you start to drink the Kool-Aid, you get hit over the head with a 2x4. It's called battered Aggie syndrome.
That's it, huh?
That's a real thing.
Okay.
The battered Aggie syndrome. Celebrate a win today, get smacked in the face tomorrow. Beat number 1 week, get destroyed the next by a directional school. Right? That's what the Aggies do.
So Thompson's had a few 2x4s up upside the head.
It's obvious every day from 7 to 10. I mean, you should know this by now. But yeah, I mean, I would love to get on the Aggie bandwagon. It's Auburn. And this basketball team is a bubble team for a reason.
Auburn is good.
And Auburn is really good.
They're really good.
They're really, really good.
But are they more than 12 points good?
I think they're 15 points better.
15. Okay.
All right. We'll make the bet.
141.5 is the over and under, by the way, just saying.
We'll 102 to 40. No, it won't be that bad. But here's the thing. We'll make a side bet right here on the air.
All right, you're on.
Since Michael Jimenez doesn't get to work tomorrow because we'll have the Aggie game on starting at 11.
That's 2 days in a row.
That's 2 days in a row.
Wow.
Radio life, man. When you look at this, I'm saying Auburn wins and they'll cover that 12 points.
Okay.
If they don't cover, so in other words, you would win the bet.
Right.
Jimenez has to buy you a shot.
Okay. Jimenez has to.
Heads I win, tails you lose.
Yeah, exactly.
If the Aggies do cover or somehow win,
Jimenez has to buy you a shot.
Buy us both a shot.
Okay. Deal.
It's his birthday. He's buying.
Deal.
He's trying to weed in on your party. This is a party for Joe Reinigle. The Reinigle return to radio party at Slackers tomorrow, Medical Center location on Fredericksburg. And he's trying to make it his birthday party. So he's buying.
So it sounds like either way, you and I win because we're going to get a shot.
It's an Aggie way to do
either
a bet.
way. There you go. Thank you, Michael. Really appreciate that, buddy. You're the man. Enjoy your day off.
And here's another trick. If you're going out to the show, and you should come out to the show tomorrow, 4 to 7. Michael Jimenez, he needs his ego fed a little.
You think?
He's done this at other things, but he hasn't had a show to say this, so I'll say it for him. If you walk up to Michael Jimenez and act like you know who he is and tell him that you listen, he will buy you a beer.
Wow.
He's done that before.
Really?
He just needs somebody to come up and say, dude, I listen to you every day. You could tell him that you hate listening to him, but quite frankly, it doesn't matter if you hate him or like him as long as you're listening. That's what
right.
we care about.
That's all we care about.
But he needs that ego stroke.
Okay.
We did that at the Slackers on St. Mary's one day. And I said that walking in, some people that were already there, not listeners to the show, a group of ladies. They're smart ladies. They went up and said, hi, Michael. And he had to buy them drinks all night. So seriously, if you see Jimenez tomorrow, tell him hi. He'll buy you a beer.
Nice.
And
If I tell him that I listen to his show?
He knows you listen because generally you show up to work, walk into the studio during a commercial break and tell him he's an idiot.
Oh, my gosh. There have been times when I've done that.
Yeah. So either way, the money's good. No matter what, we're going to win this bet tomorrow.
Nice. I like bets that I know I'm going to win already.
Either way.
Nice.
Heads
okay.
I win, tails you lose.
That's beautiful. I love it. That's going to be a lot of fun, though. Sincerely, really hope y'all all come out. Kevin Hart tickets and Taste of the Northside tickets, that's a good ticket to get.
Yes, it is.
If you can get it for free, it's even better.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. So come out and celebrate with us, man. We're going to have a good time.
We are going to have a good time. Tomorrow, Slackers, 4 to 7.
Absolutely. That's right. 4 to 7 tomorrow.
You're looking at me
what
weird.
What are we doing here?
You're
I know what we're doing. I didn't know I had another one, especially with that guy on. But I'm going to do it anyway because we got
Would you? I mean,
I guess I should look at this.
You gotta pay the bills. You got to run down. Read
these
it.
Little rundowns right here. Well, I am the rookie. Take it easy on me, will you? You see this hazing here?
I'm trying to put it on a tee.
I saw you. And I'm like, Minix has lost his mind. What's going on over there?
Tell us about BUSR.
I know what's happening.
That's next.
Yes. We have got college basketball galore, and it's already started. It's going to be nonstop this weekend. And, of course, the tournament will start next week. So why not have a little something on the action? Because you know you want to, and I'm going to make it really easy for you. All you have to do is go to busr.com, and you get everything you need right there. They have a sports book, bet on anything there. They also have a casino, though, you can get into and play some games, roulette, blackjack. In fact, they've got over 200 casino games. You like the horses? You can do that as well. They've got a race book there. But here's the best part about it. You go in there, you sign up, you make a deposit, and they're going to match it 100%. That is exclusively for Sports Star listeners. So all you have to do is go to busr.com/SportsStar. Again, that's busr.com/SportsStar. That betting excitement, you can get it all at BUSR.
Hi, this is Joe Reinagle. San Antonio Sports Star Drive to End Hunger is going on now through March 25th. Just go to sasportstar.com to give what you can or just find drop-off locations. It's all presented by the Institute for Functional Health, Rambler Sparkling Water, Copenhagen Imports, and Airtron.
If you're doing some grilling this weekend, before you do, make sure you get over to Tri-County Meat Market, their Huebner Road location or the one out on Ralph Fair Road, because when you walk into both, you know you're getting into a locally owned full-service spot that has carefully selected certified prime Angus beef cuts, Wagyu, upper choice. You need the beef, the chicken, the pork, the fajitas, the poppers. They've got it all. They've got seasoned meats that are ready to go. The poppers are incredible. They're seasoned beef fajitas. You can't do better, so you might as well just get theirs. And, they've got other prepared items ready to go. They've got grab-and-go items ready for you. They have everything you need. And if you're not sure what you want, walk in and let that meat counter talk to you. Talk to the butchers, the meat cutters behind the case and ask them, how to cook something. What do you recommend? I mean, they know. Maybe you want to do a tri-tip or picanha, something you haven't done in a while. It's going to be that kind of weekend. Beef ribs is what I did last weekend. Maybe this weekend I'll end up doing some pork ribs. Either way, I know I'm going to eat well this weekend because I'll be in at Tri-County Meat Market. Always take advantage of their Pick 5 for 25. And at Tri-County, they always offer a 10% discount for military and first responders. Tri-County Meat Market, Ralph Fair Road or on Huebner, or go to the website, tricountymeat.com.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 and Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Last year, to mark its 100th birthday, Lowe's completed 100 impact projects in communities across the United States as part of 100 hometowns, benefiting more than 1 million Americans. Lowe's is making its largest ever commitment to give back to the communities it serves. Over the next 5 years, Lowe's will invest $100 million in community impact projects, supporting nearly 2,000 communities each year. Nominate your hometown project in need by March 28th. Visit Lowe's.com/hometowns to learn more or follow us at #Lowe'sHometowns.
How do you make the most of your mow? Tony and Melissa do it on a John Deere Z530M Z-Track mower.
Jump out of the house, a cup of coffee, and I'm at work.
You're riding around, it's like going on a go-kart.
And for Rodney, he uses his John Deere X350 lawn tractor to turn his yard into
a happy place. It's a great place to do Tai Chi. I work on my mind, body, and well-being.
There are millions of ways to make the most of your mow. Learn how to make the most of yours at Deere.com. Nothing runs like a Deere.
With a reputation of giving riders the winning edge time and time again, it's easy to see why Kawasaki KX is the bike that builds champions. Built to dominate the track and competition, every KX motorcycle embodies unrivaled power and performance to take the lead and stay in the lead. Get the advantage when you ride KX motorcycle. Kawasaki KX, the bike that builds champions. Visit Alamo Cycleplex today at I-10, just down from Days of Allah exit, to shop our showroom floor or alamocycleplex.com online. Alamo Cycleplex, we sell fun.
Ribs, burgers, chicken. Submit what you cooked on the grill or smoker, and you can win a $50 gift card from Tri-County Meat Market. Grilling with the Blitz. Online at sasportstar.com.
Hey, this is Michael Jimenez. Have lunch with me on Halftime tomorrow at noon. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 103.3 FM.
Well, that's not true.
No, that's not true. The Aggies are going to have lunch with you tomorrow.
The Aggies are going to play Auburn tomorrow at 11 a.m. because they beat Florida today in a thriller in overtime.
He's going to come into the front court, 10 seconds left. Tied at 80 in overtime. It's just going to be him trying to break him down off a ball screen. 5 seconds left, Boots on the left side. To Hassan Diarra. Diarra, 3 straight away. Nailed it! Again! Hassan Diarra! 83-80 A&M. 0.1 left. He did it again in overtime, Hassan Diarra.
Man, Andrew Monaco with the call on the Aggie Radio Network and right here earlier today here on San Antonio Sports Star. 83-80 the final, so they do get lunch tomorrow with Auburn, which means no Jimenez for you.
No Jimenez. Why are all these things happen with 0.4? Apparently, he let that ball fly. There was 0.4 on the clock.
I
don't understand. I mean, it seems like everything good happens with bad in this.
Bad for
some
San Antonio.
cases, yeah. With 0.4 on the clock.
I don't know. You know, I really didn't give a damn tonight about the Sixers-Nets game, but now I care.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons is playing tonight
in Philly.
Brooklyn against the Nets.
The place is packed.
I'm curious what tickets cost for this game.
Oh man,
because that is a sold out arena with some of the video that we are seeing out there right now.
Ben Simmons back in Philly. Do you know we were talking about Russell Westbrook. Can you imagine Ben Simmons tonight?
I'm glad that Ben Simmons has the balls to show up and play in this one. I figured he'd get healthy tomorrow. I mean, honestly, this is going to be big. Tomorrow's going to be big as well. Rob and Rudy at 7. Aggies play at 11 against Auburn. Then party with us tomorrow out at Slackers. The Blitz will be live from 4 to 7, and we're not leaving at 7:02. I can promise you that. We will see you tomorrow out at Slackers.
Didn't catch R&R in the morning?
Here's what you missed.
Hank the